You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide.
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. White House Plumbers, episode 2. Please destroy this. Huh? We ain't got no good theme music for this. We just got the can't hide. Because you can't hide the truth. And today, we about to dig into the truth. We about to see fact versus fiction.
Can't hide. Can't hide.
All right, man, let me go ahead and get this started. I'm Mo J. This is White House Plumbers. There's going to be very few people in here tonight. This is only for the select Moettes that like to know a little bit about history. So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to talk about the storyline, but of course, we got to go and see everything that really happened in real life and try to line it up. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Instead of recaps for White House Plumbers, I'm going to do fact versus fiction on each of the episodes. And we'll just do the live show where I talk about the episode, and then we'll also start looking at stuff so we can start building up the case of fact versus fiction. So that'll work, and we'll be able to compare them both. I'm Mo J, White House Plumbers, HBO Max. I'm loving the series. It's about Watergate. If you haven't watched, man, take your time and watch it. There's a lot of names there, so it's hard for me to remember them all. So I think, hold on, let me see. I got some pictures with captions on it just so I can remember who the people's names were. Let me see. First of all, what do y'all think about the series so far? Episode 1 and episode 2, Kendall said, if we gonna do it, Mo, we gotta do it. Well, we gonna do it because this is what I actually like. What's going on right now? This is what I watch in my free time. I know we always talking about the dope shows and, saying drugs here, stealing there, robbing here. Well, in my free time, I watch the news. I watch history. I just like to know what the hell was going on. What happened that we weren't informed about? What up, Torian? Hey, I'm starting to like, at first, Hunt was my boy. At first, Hunt was my boy. Don't get me wrong. Hunt's still my dog. That's one reason I watched this, because Woody Harrelson. But Liddy, I'm starting to rock with Liddy. Liddy is different. Liddy is about that action. So when we watch this, it's not too far-fetched of everything we see that's fictionalized. because this shit's going on in real life. Now, of course, none of us were born when this was happening. I don't, well, 71, 72. Oh, no, I wasn't even a thought. I know for damn sure my dad wasn't thinking, man, let me have a little nigga named Mo. Hell no, my dad wasn't thinking that in 71. I got to ask my dad, did he have any involvement in Watergate? Did he help bring Watergate down? You know, your parents, they always have stories. They always say, oh, back in my day. Well, that sounds like grandparents, but they always have a story. I won't be able to tell my kids any cool stories like, I went and stopped. What's something that's going on right now? I was there to get Trump or something. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell my kids no story like that. I can tell my kids some stories about the military. That ain't gonna be as exciting as what we're watching here because this is a big thing. Plus, what was her name? Dita Beard? Dita Beard? I forgot what it is. We're gonna find out today though. We go find out today though. All right, here we go. Oh, those Waco capture. All right. White House Plumbers episode 2. Now we start the episode off. Wait, that's a picture of F. Oh, here we go. We start off with Dita Beard. Now, Dita Beard, she works at ITT, International Telecoms or something like that. But we about to do a little digging into what she got going on. But she's writing up a message, a little memorandum to let people know, hey, ITT is cutting a $400,000 check, basically putting it towards the Republican Party because they're trying to keep Nixon elected. So what they're doing right now was a little illegal because if you're going to donate to a campaign fund, it has to be to the actual campaign. You can't backdoor anything. You can't say, hey, we're going to pay for this over here. Everything needs to be documented. That's the same thing we got going on right now, the misuse of campaign funds in real life. Well, this is real life also. But this is showing you in 71, what was that? 40 years ago? Over 40 years ago, the same shit they're doing today, present time, they were doing back in the day. They were doing back in the day. Now she ain't here. She just like me. I get on here. I don't smoke no cigarettes though. I took a puff of one cigarette one time in my life, and I said I knew I shouldn't have did that. And I was like 26, 27. Hit the cigarette one time. Ooh, oh, hell no, I can't live like this. But certainly the president has something worked out properly. Now we're about to try and find this actual document. Before we go any further, we got to see what's on this document because this is what this whole episode is based around. Dita Beard over at ITT and ITT supporting, the Republican Party. So hold on, let me see if we can find the. Oh, my bad, I ain't even got it on the screen for y'all. All right. The ITT affair, Jack Anderson. Now, we'll get on Jack Anderson because he's the columnist that wrote this. They're going to bring him up in the episode also. My boy Liddy was supposed to go do something. All right, here we go. The ITT affair, 71 to 72, involved allegations of the Justice Department settled an antitrust suit against International Telephone and Telegraph Corporation, ITT, in return for a $400,000 donation to help pay for holding the Republican National Convention in San Diego in 1972. Really, nigga? I'm not the smartest person, but I know that the Justice Department cannot settle a case against somebody and then use the money. No, it don't work like that. All right. Jack Anderson broke the story 29 February 72 by publishing ITT lobbyist Dita Beard's 25 June 71 memo admitting a quid pro quo. Beard claimed forgery, and the Richard Nixon administration pressured the FBI to agree, but the FBI refused. Okay. So right now, that's what she's doing in the episode. She's typing this up like, we got $400,000, and instead of giving it to y'all legit, we just gonna go ahead and pay for the hotels. So when all the Republican Party comes down for this national convention, any of the big wigs that are investing money, they got a hotel already paid for. Rooms is good to go. We good. We ain't got to pay for it out of pocket. All right. In 73 of June, the Watergate special prosecutor created an ITT task force. This might be a little ahead of us because this is 73. We're back in 71 when this actually happened. But this is just giving us a little overview. We'll continue. The ITT task force determined whether Attorney General Richard K had committed perjury at his 72 Senate Judiciary Committee confirmation hearings when he denied there had been White House pressure to drop an antitrust action. He pled guilty to a misdemeanor count, receiving 1 month prison sentence, later suspended, and $100 fine. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So he pled guilty, did 1 month, which ended up being suspended, and had $100 fine. Now, 1 month sentence, suspended, and $100 fine for perjury. Nigga, everyone's gonna take the stand and get to lying. If all you're gonna get is a month sentence and $100 fine to go up on the stand and lie, man, this is crazy. But if you look like me, don't try that shit. If you look like me, don't try that shit. You gonna get more than $100 fine, and you gonna get more than 30 days. All right, California Lieutenant Governor Ed Reineke was also convicted for testifying falsely before the Senate regarding discussions with K predecessor as Attorney General, John Mitchell. That convention was overturned because the Senate leaked. Come on, the Senate then leaked the quorum during his testimony. San Diego lost the convention to Miami. See, I would have never known. I wouldn't even looked into this. I knew nothing about an ITT. Did y'all know about ITT being involved in all of this? Well, I mean, this is one of the parts of Watergate. This is one of the parts of Watergate. But did y'all know anything about the ITT situation until this episode? Now, I never dug this deep into Watergate. I mean, I kind of knew what was going on. I know that a black janitor was the one that spotted them in there, but I didn't know this side of the story. You know what I mean? But a 1 month prison sentence and $100 fine. Don't you think everyone would take the stand and lie? No matter whatever they said in their deposition, if I know I'm only getting 30 days, I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about them. If I'm only gonna get 30 days and it's gonna get suspended and I only gotta pay $100 fine, that sounds enticing. Man, don't lie on the oath, y'all. Don't lie on the oath. So our girl Dita, she's writing up letters. And I'm gonna try to find this actual letter so we can read through it fully. Please destroy this. Richard Nixon, John Mitchell, $400,000. I said, damn. I said, damn, that's how they living out here. You know we got to do it. You know we got to do it. Yep, Kendall, you already know. We got to see what it was. What they say, June June of 72. But he had a fine of $723. He took the stand, got up there and lied. 30-day sentence, let that dude off after about 10, 15 days. $723 fine. Everyone's gonna take the stand and lie if they only getting a $720 fine. If that's all they getting is seven, like, so you mean to tell me I can cover up everything I did by lying on the stand for $723? That's what my fine's gonna be? Of course they gonna lie. They just lied and got $400,000. You think they ain't gonna lie for 100? Let's see what $400,000 was back then. Put up no label. Shout out to my dog OT. So they got $2.9 million basically. They got a check for $2.9 million for the convention, renting out the hotel, having the hotel at the Sheraton. At the Sheraton. Now that's bad business for Sheraton. Of course, we got to do a little investigating of our own to see if the Sheraton had any play behind this. If there's somebody that was upper in Sheraton that was a Republican, you know what I'm saying? We got to find that kind of stuff out because they didn't mention that. They just shared Sheraton was not going to get the convention. Damn. So the government, the Department of Justice, had an antitrust lawsuit that they won. ITT said, listen, we just gonna cut the money for the president and hold the convention in San Diego. We gonna give them the money. That's what we gonna do. We gonna do this for Nixon. So instead of giving the money to the government, Richard Nixon, I know you're not here with us, but damn it, you was a crooked motherfucker, bro. You was a crooked motherfucker. And guess what? We about to laugh about all your fuck ups. Yeah, we about to laugh about it. Don't get mad at me either. If you in the Nixon family, I repeat, do not get mad at me. No disrespect to none of the presidents. But y'all got to get mad at HBO. I didn't make this shit. I didn't create none of this. HBO did this. All we doing is just taking what they told us and going to compare it to the real life facts. So Nixon family, your granddaddy, your father, whoever he was, no disrespect because he dead, but that nigga was crooked. That nigga was single-handedly fucking up the red, the white, the blue. $400,000. Y'all know it's called creep, right? The committee to re-elect the president. Well, anyway, our girl Dita is over here. She holding it down. We got to give Dita some credit, though, because Dita, we always talk about motherfuckers being real. This is real life here. If you haven't watched the episode, just trust me. Just trust me. All that we talking about in other TV shows, all that fictional bullshit. Dita, oh yeah. Dita might be one of the realest motherfuckers that we've seen in American history. Oh yeah. Wait till you hear Dita's story. She gonna hold this motherfucker. Damn. Now some of it is fictional, but overall, she hold it down. Now we got our boys Hunt. I don't even remember what their new nicknames are right here. They go back and forth from being one character to being their real selves. We got Hunt and Liddy, tag team combo we didn't need, but we need it now. We got ex-CIA, we got ex-FBI. You put these two together, it's going crazy. Now they got two prostitutes. Right now. It is not for them. It's not what y'all think. It is not what y'all think. Now, they start telling little, little agency stories. They're talking about how our boy Howard was the man back in the day, assassinated a couple people, cut some hands off, put them in boxes, sent them to the people, like it is what it is. Now, Liddy's getting a little too excited about it. You got to remember, Liddy was FBI. Howard, he's CIA. So the way Liddy moves is a little bit different. He telling the story. The girls are sitting there now. They were paid to be here, but what we're here for is a plan because what we want to do is rent out a yacht. This is how dirty they play. This is how the dirty they playing, OT. Listen to this, OT. We gonna rent a yacht. We gonna get some liquor. We gonna get some weed. We gonna get some cocaine, and I want you to bring all your prostitute friends because we gonna be having a party. And they said, a party? He said, yeah. But check it out. We're gonna have cameras in there too. A little recording devices and shit. Nothing major. Just a little movie. We gonna set up the thing. Now they don't know that they about to bring in the Democratic Party. They just letting these girls know, hey, we got some gentlemen we want you guys to entertain. Bring all your hooker friends because they trying to blackmail the Democrats by showing everybody, hey, look what they doing on their free time. They got hoes calling a young phone. They got drink. They got cocaine. So they want to set all of this up. And the girls are hearing this. And guess what? They don't care. They don't care. A couple $100. Remember, $100 in 71, 72 is $700 now. Just imagine if they got ooh, if they got $700. What if they all just got 1,000 apiece? Let's see if they all got 1,000 apiece. What's that? Okay. Let's just say they all go list yacht and get 7,000 apiece. $7,000 back in the day. That's what the ladies is thinking. They like, okay, bet we'll do that. 1,000 a piece, 1,000 a pop. Now my boy, Howard's like, yeah, you gonna get paid. You're not gonna get paid from us. Them suckers on the boat. I mean, on the yacht, they're gonna pay y'all. So the girls, they listen, they think, all right, that's cool. We know that Effie threw that thing for half a tuition. So you know they about to in 1971, 72, they getting on that yacht. They getting on that yacht. You go rent your yacht right now in Miami. You can get you all kinds of little thoughts to get on there. And you can do that with just 2 bottles of liquor. They don't give a fuck as long as they can post on their Instagram they on the boat. So they hearing this, they talking about, how much are we talking? And Liddy said, listen, I stand on what the fuck I say. Now he got this goofy ass trick. What up, Brillo? He got this goofy ass trick, and they told Howard last week. They said, man, he does some bullshit where he puts his hand over a candle and he holds it there to show you that he's serious. It doesn't mean nothing. It's just, hey, Liddy, what are you doing? Hey, move your hand from that fire. So he's letting the women know, listen, when this yacht party goes down, it's gonna be crazy. But trust me, you're gonna get paid. We're gonna get what we need to do. Y'all gonna get y'all some fun. And we gonna go our separate ways. So he got his hand over the fire. I'm talking about that shit hot. The girls are looking. They like, nigga, what you doing? He don't care. He wants them to know that he is serious. He's dedicated. He wants them to understand that when I'm given a mission, I'm going to execute it to the best of my ability. And I'm not going to stop until it gets done. So what this fire is symbolizing is when you put the fire to my feet, I'm gonna put that fire out. I'm gonna withstand that. You know, there's a song that says, can you stand the rain? Liddy, can you stand the fire? When they put you in that fire, can you get out of it? That's what Liddy wants to know. Can you? Put a 1 in the chat. Can you stand that fire? Or when it gets hot, you get to run. And put a 2 in the chat if you like me. If that fire gets hot, you run it. Yeah, you run in. Put a 1 in the chat if you can stand the fire. Put a 2 if you run it when it gets hot. Liddy is different. Liddy is different. Now, I want to see if Liddy used to do this in real life. If Liddy did this in real life, I don't want to hear about no tough guys. I don't want to hear about no James St. Patrick. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. If he put the hand to the fire, that is a bad man right there. Liddy, that's my dog, man. I rock with Hunt, but Liddy, that's my dog. Now, he's a little weird because of his German side and the shit that he be, listening to Hitler propaganda and stuff. We don't agree with that. But other than that, he's a cool guy. Hey, Brillo, on one of your lives, we're gonna have OT turn his camera on. We're gonna put we're gonna tell him to get a match, and not a match, but the little fire clicker. Put it up under it. We're gonna see if he can stand that fire or not. We're gonna see if he can stand that fire. I'm not even gonna try to do that. I'm past those days of life. Now, Libby said he is not a Nazi. He just grew up in Germany and he used to get bullied. He grew up in Germany, used to get bullied. So he said he wasn't a Nazi. I mean, I don't know if we can believe that or not, but that's what he says. And Hunt looking at him just like us. Now, Libby, we got to get back to DC because we got to figure out how we're going to make this happen. And you see him do the hand-to-hand exchange because in this right here, we have 12 different diagrams that have been drawn up. Well, basically posters for Operation Gemstone. We got 12 gemstones and we're trying to get approval. I want to look up and see if there was really that many. But he does the hand-to-hand and we got security up front talking about, where's your badge at? He said, man, I don't need no badge. Do you ask anybody else about their badge? He said, nah. Nah, OT, we talking literally. Can you stand that fire? That's what we talking literally. We know, hey, we know for a fact he could stand that fire. He done got in trouble for it. We watching his life story. So we know he stood to the fire. I bet he ain't getting no $100 fine, but we're not going to look at his sentences or anything till the end because I want to wait and see how the story plays out. But nah, we talking literally. Can you literally stand the fire like Liddy did? Literally, Liddy. That's what we're going to call him, right? From here on out. Literally, Liddy. It's always security hating too. He know damn well he part of the creep task force. Then we got Jeb. Now Jeb is the campaign chief, the deputy. So he ain't all the way in charge, but he in charge. There's only one person above him. You know you're at the top when only heaven's right above it. We own. Inside the office, we got Hunt already sitting there. CIA, I know how to get in here. I know what I'm doing. Look at my boy Liddy. He got the same gun James Bond had. What up, JJ? He got the same gun James Bond had. Jeff said, whoa, 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 whoa. No guns in here. No guns in the campaign office. But Liddy, being the man that he is, he said the whole place is safer with him having that gun. Look, his hand is taped up because it got caught on fire last night. He stood through the fire and he brought that fire to work. Liddy is a true fireman. Look at her. Just like James Bond. Oh, yeah. Liddy is the real deal. My boy came strapped up, no bodyguard. He came into the office with the toolie on him and he said, we're going to be safe in here because you never know. And if you notice all of the mannerisms from Liddy, he still moves as if he's an FBI agent. He's not trying to leave fingerprints nowhere. He's always making sure ain't nobody watching him. You seen the hand to hand with the photos. He could have just met up with somebody and grabbed the photos. But Liddy, he don't care about none of that. He wants to do things like he is still covert ops. Liddy is walking around. Did y'all not see? Look, Liddy got this long ass barrel on him, and he did a hand to hand transaction in the middle of the day. No one cares, Liddy. No one cares. You could have just got this from whoever it was, had them drop it off at the crib or at some other location, gave it to you at the building. This fool Liddy, man, he acting like he's still in the agency. You were not in the FBI no more, man. You were on the campaign now. Liddy don't give a damn though, and he keep that protection on him. So Jeb is like, all right, look, man, we got some shit going down. We need to make it happen. San Diego, that's our destination. Convention, let's get it. Over in Maryland, we got to go to the Lakewood Country Club. This is the same country club that Monet went to when she was confronting Uncle Lucas. They come in, we got the black guy. Hey, what's going on? Howard, Hunt, what's going on? We got your favorite table in the back, sir. Come on back. The black guy's always cool. Plus, he's the only black guy here. Well, I mean, it looked like you got a dude over at the bar. I'm not sure if y'all can see that or not. But it looked like a black man's head. But he's like, yeah, we got your favorite table right in the back. Little did we know, and I'm going to tie it all together. Don't worry, I'm going to tie it all together. I'm going to tie it all together. That's what we here for. They have a little sit down. We know that Liddy's family. I don't know, man. That family is just weird overall. They had the kids on the stairs talking about, "Hello, Mr. Hunt. Nice to be in your presence. A true American hero. The FBI will be honored to have you. Like my father." He's looking at the kids like, "Hey, when I come meet, when I come to somebody else and I'm meeting the kids and stuff, like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a lot of dialogue from the kids. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to have like, what I'm about to talk to this kid about. Oh, you did what? You don't say. You play football? Yeah, I play football. All right, I'm gonna go grab one of these drinks. I'm gonna holler at your pops. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go watch this game. I came over here to watch it. I didn't come over here to talk to you playing football. You know what I'm saying? Now we outside, you know what I'm saying? Throwing a football or something cool. But right now I came to go watch the football game. If you remember in episode 1, like I said, the kids' names we just know is oldest, middle, youngest. The oldest, man, she didn't dropped out of college. She didn't dropped out of college. We see this same theme going on all the time. Not the dropping out of college aspect, but when somebody is working and they got important shit to do, boy, I tell you, most of their stress comes from the house. His daughter dropped out of college. He's been spending big bread for this. He got kicked up out the CIA, was working at the White House. White House got him up out of there. He came over here and was in the special investigation unit or special intelligence unit. That got shut down. They got fired, got hired. Now he's an assistant to Liddy over at the campaign and creep for the committee to re-elect the president. Now they got to set up these hookers and rent a yacht and do all this other shit. But at the country club, when he's trying to handle business and feed the family, we used to go to this place called Ryan's. It was like a little buffet. We go to a buffet on like a Sunday because for kids, you probably like $8. For adults, it was like $12. We go to Ryan's, something like that, and we all eat. My dad only had to spend like $50, $60, but it'll feed the whole family. They go into the country club. You got to pay that membership. You got to pay that thing. You got to pay that monthly, whatever it is. I don't know. I ain't never been to no country club. But now you got your kids here, your dropout daughter and your knucklehead son. The son, he's low-key a hippie, but he ain't got to that point yet because he ain't old enough. Now, when they sitting here, Liddy's like, "Hey, what's going on, kids? What's going on, kids?" And his wife, she's just oblivious to everything. She said, "Oh, you must be." She said, "No, no, no, that ain't me." She said, "Oh, well, she seems pretty smart." The kids are high. The kids is drunk. Look at the son's face. Look at the son's face. My dog is faded. He talking about, "Man, we need to get out of here. We need to get out of here." Look at Howard's face. He's looking like these motherfuckers, bro. Oh my goodness. The son's name is St. John. Look at St. John. I thought the oldest daughter was like Kiva or something like that, wasn't it? Yeah, the oldest one is Kiva. This is Kiva, St. John, and then David. What is Lisa? The middle name? I don't be remembering names like that. I just remember oldest kid, middle kid, little kid. But the kids are toe up. John talking about, "Man, we got to get up out of here. We got to get up out of here." They high as hell. Well, I'm looking at the cast right now. I just pulled up the cast and they telling me her name is, that's what she said, because they said Stephanie. But yeah, they got her as Kevan. I don't know. And then we got St. John. I remember St. John. And then David. Mm-mm. Yeah, it might be nicknames. I don't know. Well, they're not important right now. We know that she dropped out of school. She dropped out of school. He's an aspiring musician, high as hell. The Liddy family, they don't give a damn. They just came here because it's free food, because it's all on the back of Hunt, because Hunt got the membership at the country club. Now, what they're doing is they're starting to talk a little bit about the mission at hand. We got to get the president reelected. And they talking about Nixon. Now, there's all kinds of wild plans going on. And you hear Liddy. Liddy says, me and my wife, we don't talk about work. We don't talk about none of that nonsense. That's the key to a healthy relationship. And you hear Howard talking about it. Yeah, I should probably stop talking to my wife about it. But the difference is his wife was actually in the CIA. She was, you know what I'm saying? She was the one getting the artifacts back. So she knows a little bit about it. And Howard is talking about, hey, man, we could go get like a whole bunch of hippies, homeless people, have them yell, piss on Nixon, and say that the Democrats are the ones doing it. Kind of sounds something similar to what's going on nowadays. They always saying, oh man, that's the far left that's doing that. They had something to do with it. Whole time, all of them getting charged. What was it? One of the oath keepers just hit his head, hit him for like 20 years. They kept saying, oh no, man, that's part of the left. The whole time they wasn't. But they trying to come up with plans on how the hell they can get this president reelected and they can keep their job. Now, it's all kinds of off the wall stuff that they want to do. And you know, Liddy's going to always take it to the extreme. One thing about Liddy, he's going to want to try to take somebody out, or he wants to be over the top. He wants to exhaust all funds. Whatever we got laid out, let's do it. Let's not deviate from it. Let's do it exactly how we planned it out. And that's why he was feeling a certain type of way when they had to break into the doctor's office in episode 1. He didn't want to do nothing like that. That's not what they planned. And I wanted to look up this guy, Timothy Leary, so we can see what he did. That's why I got the caps on that. Let me see. Timothy Leary. Damn, my screen didn't disappear. Damn, come on, man. All right, Timothy Leary, 75, former Harvard psychologist who became. Oh, okay. Former Harvard psychologist who became a national figure during the 60s as a primary apostle of a cultic lifestyle based off the use of LSD and other hallucinogens. He died in 31. Let's see. All right, let's see what he got arrested for. They began to explore the effects of a substance on the human. Oh, so they were with LSD. Okay. Okay, Timothy Leary. Here we go. So Liddy said he had something to do with this arrest. This is in 1966. So this is 6 years before. All right. He was arrested at the Mexican border December 23rd and charged by the U.S. Customs officials with an illegal possession of marijuana. 5 ounces of the drug. So they've been watching him for 5 ounces. If they arresting you for 5 ounces, they've been watching you. They trying to get anything. Leary, his 2 children, and 2 associates posted $2,500 bond in Laredo, Texas, and were released pending action on the charge. Indicted before a Texas grand jury. He was dismissed from a Harvard lectureship at 62 from classes without permission. Oh man. This dude wasn't even showing up to the classes. He was just dipping out. Come on, bro. He had to be on LSD then. What a fool. Nah, I want to. So all he did was get arrested and get let go? Damn. Oh, he got arrested in California. Oh, he was just arrested for marijuana. Oh, man, Liddy, you making it seem like this dude. Well, I mean, he was messing around with LSD, so he put that on the map. But up front, life ain't ever as easy as it seems. Up front, we hear commotion, and we're all thinking, "What the hell's going on now?" But we get up front, and it's the elder daughter, Lisa, whatever you want to call her. She's up here going in on the only black guy up at the spot. She said, "What did you say?" He said, "I ain't say nothing." She said, "Oh, you just don't want to get fired." He said, "Nah, no one wants to get fired from any job." But they come in here and they settle things down. But you got to remember, Hunt is a hard-working man. This is a country club. This ain't the local bar down the street. We can't be acting the fool down here. We got to pay fees to be in here. Now, remember, he used to be CIA. He's paying for his daughter's college. But when he gets up here, it turns out he's 4 months behind on his payments to the country club. Now you hear Dorothy on the side talking about 4 months. How? What do you mean 4 months? He said, "Hey man, can you give me an extended credit? Come on, man." He said, "I would, but it's been 4 months, man. Come on, Howard. I know you better than that, man. You got it." He said, "Man, the White House, they got me working overtime." He said, "Man, thank you for like everything you do, but nigga, your membership fees are due. You got to pay up." So now we see he's behind, but this is an expense that you can get rid of unless it's like some contract where they say, "Hey, if you come to the country club, you do it by years." But he's 4 months behind. Dorothy's talking about, "Oh, how could you be 4 months behind?" Excuse me, Dorothy, how can we be 4 months behind? I just gave you the rundown. I lost my job with the CIA. I lost my job. They got me at the White House. I have to work nonstop in order to pay for all this. But guess what? Maybe if our daughter didn't drop out of college or even attend college, I wouldn't have to pay for college for her to be at the house where that money's wasted. I could probably use that on the country club. But no, since I'm paying for college, our daughter's at the house kicking it. You at the house kicking it with her, encouraging her to be at the house. We behind. I'm the only nigga working in here. I'm the only man working in here. And boy, let me tell you how embarrassing this got to be. Because everybody thinking Howard got it like that. Everyone looking at Howard like, "Damn, Howard, that's what's up. The White House, CIA, hey, you the man." Little did they know they behind 4 months. They behind 4 months right now for the country club. You got to cut that off. Whew. Y'all see that? I'm allergic to debt. I'm allergic to debt, boy. 4 months. Oh, I just stopped showing up. They just gonna be mad at me. If I'm Howard, they gonna be calling the crib. "Howard, you got that money?" "Oh, nigga, I don't go to that country club no more. That money gone, brother." 4 months. Thank you, Kendall. 4 months. It's over with at that point. They not running my credit. They just going off my word. Oh well, it's over with. That 4 months, y'all just gonna have to eat that. Y'all just gonna have to eat that 4 months. Let me ask y'all, if you were in this situation, you're 4 months behind, are you paying that 4 months or you just not going no more? Like, I don't think I'm going back anymore. Then we got John Mitchell, the Attorney General, head of the committee to reelect the presidente. Operation Gemstone. Now they got several different plans. Now I don't remember which ones are which, but when these plans start getting listed off, They are some of the most wildest things, but this is exactly what Liddy wants. Of course, we got the original plan. We already talked to them hookers. We already talked to them and told them, listen, everybody's gonna make at least $1,000. We're gonna have a yacht. And Liddy's trying to convince the attorney general, hey, look, if you let us do this, we set up the DNC. It's going to look bad on them. It's going to look good on us. We'll just release footage a little bit here, a little bit there. We'll keep footage on each individual person. We'll cut it up so we can just drop. Whenever one of them get on TV and say something, we say, oh, they was on the yacht also. Now, if you remember, John Mitchell's name was on that memorandum that Dita was writing up. So for him, he needs to hear all of these operations because they got to potentially try to cover up the RNC. Now he said, look, downstairs in the state rooms, we're going to have hookers, we're going to have blow. It's going to be a good time. We're going to record everything down there. Then they had another plan. The other plan was to take several members from the Democratic Party, knock them out, and take them down to Mexico just to hold them a little bit. They're not going to kill him, even though he said a handful of pesos could dig a nice ditch down in Mexico. Yeah, a nice fist of pesos could dig a nice little. Liddy wants to kill people. Every time you hear Liddy's mission, is to kill somebody. Now, Howard is saying, well, John Mitchell, we're not doing that, Mr. Attorney General. What we want to do is just kidnap a couple of them, take them down to El Mexico, keep them there for a little bit until the convention is over. Then we release them. They like, no, we can't do that. We cannot. And you talking about killing somebody, Liddy? They said, we can't do that, Liddy. Then there was another plan where they were going to have these planes fly over tracing and recording conversations on everything. They're going to be hunting down planes. They're going to be flying by them. Oh, yeah, we heard what they said. A little expensive, but it's just one of the many options that we have. We got 12 options. But then they got Opal. Opal is just a simple little mission. Go into the DNC, Watergate, bug a couple of things, hear their conversations, and use it against them and stay ahead of the race. This is the most simplest and easiest one that they could do. Of course, this is one of the last options that they had because this is not exciting to Liddy. This is something along the lines of breaking into the doctor's office. He doesn't want this. He wants to be able to run around, use his gun, do what needs to be done. You know what I mean? He wants to be in that action. But John Mitchell says all of this shit is stupid. Get out of the office. We can't use any of that. We're going to be screwed if they find out that we kidnapping people. Now, bugging ain't that bad. Bugging ain't that bad, but we just got to get to that part. Bugging is not that bad. What up? What up? Yeah, you know, we just talking a little bit about the White House Plumbers. You know, this is just a select few people get this invite. Notifications ain't gonna go out for this one. And what happens after he gets turned down? We all know that bar. When you hit that bar and you got that drink, it just does something to you. Especially when you just hit a wall, a roadblock. You know what I mean? It's like, damn. We were just promised $1 million budget. We were just promised all of this. But this damn letter that Dita then wrote, Miss Beard, has screwed us all over. Thursday night, I'm going to go grab me a drink. Oh, yeah. Thursday night, I'm going to step out, grab me a little drink or 2 or 3. But I ain't going to be like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to smile, drink my drink, be sociable, not by the bar by myself. But what John Mitchell did tell that hurt Libby so much, Liddy did not want to hear this. John said, go burn that shit yourself by hand. Do not give it to anybody. Because if this operation came out, Operation 12 Gemstone, man, they gonna be in so much trouble. So he literally had to go outside and burn that shit. He put in a lot of work for that. He sat down on his own time and came up with 12 different plans. Hunt had one plan. Hunt said, let's do the yacht, let's do the hookers, the coke, and record it all. This man went above and beyond. He said, I need you to draw this up right now, too. Hey, art department, this right here is secretive. This is for a new committee called the Creep. Yeah, I said it, Creep. That means y'all need to creep and be quiet. Don't tell nobody about this. They put in all this work just for him to burn it the next day. And he was hurting too. He said, man, damn, all this work went up in flames. We just seen Liddy stand into the fire. Feet, hand, it don't matter. When the fire was on, Liddy stood to it. But this fire right here, it did something to his spirit. It really hurt him because he thought for one moment that they were potentially about to start taking people out, kidnapping people, setting people up. But John told him no. Not today, not tomorrow. Burn that shit. Burn it now by hand. Don't give it to no misfit. They talking about, Mo, can you go burn these? I'm looking at it. I'm like, damn, what are these posters? Let me take this poster home real quick. This is a nice poster right here. Looking to go. Yeah, he had these built. He was ready to go. Look at this. Hey, they did a hell of a job here. What do you go to the art department and tell them, hey, I want you to draw some naked girls on the boat. Oh, no, they in bikinis. They are not naked. I want you to draw some girls in a bikini on the yacht. Put some yak down here, 2 dirty martinis. Put the camera up here. Look, it's looking through a peephole. It's looking through a peephole. I didn't even notice that when I was watching the episode. Man, that art department put their work in. Liddy said, ooh, I'm about to impress Mitchell. Mitchell's going to see this work, and he's going to have to go with Diamond. Like, that's what we got to go with right now, Diamond, sir. We got the girls on the yachts. We got drink. We got cameras. Dang, Liddy. They did you wrong, bro. Look at this one. This ain't that bad either. Hey, man, they did their thing. I ain't going to lie to you. Look, they said they're going to bug the phones, the DNC. We got our elected officials up here. Damn. They made Liddy go burn that, man. Liddy, he didn't put all that thought into that. Now, back at the crib, you just seen what happened, y'all. You just seen what happened. Now, I know everyone always says, oh, you know, you got to be around and get no love for their father. But this man has to work his ass off nonstop. He has 3 kids paying for college tuition, and his wife is a stay-at-home wife. He has to work nonstop. She ain't working no more. They don't have 2 incomes. It's just him. And right now he's on this special investigation unit. Well, he's with the creep team. He got to grab a drink. And when he gets home, his son's like, hey, Dad, you want to come with us to this? He can't. He doesn't have time for that right now. This is his big moment. Now his mom is talking about, you about to go play? You about to go play? John, y'all about to go play? He said, nah, Mom, we not doing it. Now I'm telling you, if this is how it is having kids, geez Louise, I got to make sure I really ain't working. Like, I got to be done with YouTube. If I have some kids, I can't be on here. I don't want to hear them knocking on the door. I don't want none of that. So if this is how it is being a father, well, damn it, I'm just going to have to be an uncle because I can leave when I want to. I can leave when I want to. After hearing all this nonsense at the crib, he shows back up to work the next day, and we thinking, all right, cool. Get to work, I can chill. One of the best feelings is when you go to your job, when you go into your office or wherever you work at. cubicle, or what I'm saying, if you're working outside, when you get to your destination, it ain't nothing better than getting there and doing what you need to do. You know what I mean? Not being bothered. As soon as he comes in, someone hands him was his reception, and I said someone. His receptionist says, "Hey, Liddy said he needs you to read this James Anderson article and to call him back ASAP." Man, ain't no one trying to do that when they first get into work. I already had to deal with my wife yelling at me at the crib. I had to deal with my 2 knucklehead kids. I'm still paying tuition. That money is gone. That money is gone. They keep telling me Kane paid for old girl's tuition. It was an investment. Just like Kane's investment, his daughter ain't in school. That money's gone. It's not an investment. That's a waste of fucking money. But he got to read this article. And we see Jack Anderson, the International Telephone and Telegraph Company. What they did? Well, they were settling an antitrust lawsuit. And instead of giving the money to the Justice Department, they routed it to not the DNC, the RNC, the Republican Committee, so they could have hotel rooms for their convention. That's what the whole thing was about with Liddy. So now this is going to throw everything off because they're threatening to expose not only the Republican Party, but we just seen John Mitchell in there, the one that told them to scrap everything. They didn't know that this article was going to come out. So everything that they were planning right now is out the window because we have to shift. We got to shift to whoever this Dita Beard lady is. Let me see if I can find this article. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got to find the article that Jack Anderson, my bad. Let's see what this thing got to do. All right. Washington, March 21. Jack Anderson said tonight that the International Telephone and Telegraph Corporation had told the White House in 1970 it would be prepared to assist financially in sums up to 7 figures to block the impending inauguration of Salvador Allende Golson as Chile's presidente. Oh, okay. So they told the White House in 1970 they were prepared to assist. In his syndicate column distributed for the publication in tomorrow's newspaper, in dealing like today's, with ITT in the 1970 election, the Chilean Marxist, Mr. Anderson quoted, okay, here we go. Said it was a long memorandum from the ranking company official to discuss his Nixon administration official. The company's efforts in hopes for a military coup in Chile are spelled out in a remarkable set of secret documents from ITT's Washington office. Man, we want to see what he got to say about old girl, about Dita. I'm pretty sure all this ties in, but we're not here for that. Because this is talking about Chile. We talking about the money, the $400,000. But this right here already, okay, this concern was linked to the company's investment in Chile, including a 70% interest in the Chile. Oh, ITT playing funny out here. ITT playing funny out here. I know this is off, but I mean it's part of the Nixon administration, and it kind of ties in with this. So ITT said that they gonna help out. They gonna help out the White House to stop the president of Chile because they got a 70% interest in Chile Telephone Company. So if they stop the president, that 70%, they can take that over and expand and take over the whole market. So they were playing a little bit dirty by trying to get the White House money to help stop the Okay. Okay, ITT. We see what you guys are doing. Oh. Okay, let's see something else. Mr. Neal was also quoted as reporting that at a wedding reception at the Korean embassy, he raised the Chilean question with the Attorney General, John Mitchell, and that Mr. Mitchell said he could understand Mr. Green's concerns over ITT's Chile investment. So even John Mitchell's looking at it like, all right, cool. I'm trying to get the president back in. I mean, this is 2 years before what we talking about right now, but this is just showing you that John Mitchell at one point was actually somewhat decent. He was trying to stop ITT. Oh man. It had to be something else between John Mitchell and ITT. Let me continue real quick. See, this is the type of stuff that I really get interested in. I'm glad that they put it on a TV show so we could talk about it. So they was at a wedding at the Korean embassy, brought up the Chile question. ITT had 70% interest. They told the White House, we're going to help pay to stop him from getting elected so it won't mess up the money that they got. So 2 years prior, they was already out here wilding out. I want to see the letter, though. I want to see what he wrote. And I want to see if we can get the actual letter also. 1972, Dita Beard, Washington lobbyist, ITT, made the front page. Made the front page of newspapers around the country. She was reported to have written a memorandum to her supervisor saying that a $400,000 donation by ITT to help finance that summer's Republican National Convention had actually gone a long way toward settling 3 government antitrust suits against ITT. Oh. So the government was on ITT's ass for some antitrust shit. And instead of paying them, since Nixon was in office, they said, guess what, Nixon? Instead of giving that money to the government, we'll give the money to the RNC and support you guys. So all of this shit is backdoor anyway. And that's why Mitchell and everybody, once they find out about this article and it's being leaked, that's where we're about to go with this half of the story. We're changing from the plans for the DNC. Right now, we got to figure out what Dita Beard is doing. So we're going to be jumping back and forth through these articles. Okay. All right. So we haven't got to the testimony yet. We get back to the story. So that's who Jack Anderson is. Jack Anderson has been hitting everybody over the head. It looks like back in the day, Jack Anderson was the guy to go to. If you had some information, like Rollo just said, if you needed someone to make it juicy, pause, you want to go to Jack Anderson. If you want anything leaked, you go to Jack Anderson. It seems like Jack Anderson was on everybody's ass back in the day. Salute to Jack Anderson, holding people accountable. But this made headline news. Hold on, let me see something.
Well, I was working for Jack Anderson, the columnist at the time, and I had done a story for the column about an IT&T subsidiary getting a parking lot concession or some concession at the Kennedy Center, which was then being finished.
I think ITT turned into AT&T. Oh well, you know, we gonna check. We're gonna check. I'm just trying to see what this guy got to add, what he got to say, because he said he worked with Jack Anderson. We got to see if he's a trustworthy character.
And that made me sort of, in the loosest sense, the ITT guy in the office. And Jack Anderson got a ton of mail in those days. Just, of course, it was all snail mail. It was all, pre-email, and most of it was, a lot of it was tips that were worthless. A lot of it was crazy mail. A lot of it was just people writing to comment. But you had to look at all of it, because every now and then there'd be a needle in the haystack. And one morning, Opal Ginn, who was Jack's assistant, who handled the mail, came in, and she put a stack of stuff on my desk, and she said, pointed to one. There was one on top. She said, "You might want to take a look at that." It was from ITT. It was from the ITT office. And I opened it up, and there was this astonishing memo. It was the original ribbon copy of a memo written by a woman named Dita Beard at ITT to her boss in the Washington office of ITT, a man named Miriam. And the memo was all about the ITT antitrust cases that were pending in the Justice Department. It was all about the Republican convention, and it carried the unmistakable suggestion that in exchange for support from ITT for the convention.
Oh, man. And y'all got to remember, they got a hand mail. It ain't no email. You got to physically mail this. So Dita is the one that typed it all up. She sent it off, and then she sent the memorandum to Jack Anderson. RD. Oh yeah, we used to have Southwestern Bell in the crib. Yeah, we had Southwestern Bell, and I remember, were they AT&T? I don't know. We gonna see. But if you just listen to how this is happening, this is how the information got to Jack Anderson's desk. Dita wrote up the whole memorandum talking about they're gonna give support. They owe multiple antitrust lawsuits towards the Department of Justice, but instead of paying them that large lump sum, let's just say it's like $500, maybe $750,000. Instead of that, they said, "Listen, we'll donate money to support the RNC." But we just found out 2 years prior to this, these fools were trying to help the White House so they could get their stake in Chile and take over the phone company down. ITT, the true definition of if first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. These motherfuckers been playing dirty. Okay, let's see. Okay, Dita, let's see.
In San Diego to the tune of some $400,000, which was justifiable by ITT because they had hotels there. They owned the Sheraton hotel chain. That would result in a settlement of the antitrust cases in terms that were favorable to them.
You hear that? ITT owns Sheraton. They said they're gonna give them $400,000 for the hotels. How are you paying them $400,000 when it's your hotel, ITT?
Which was justifiable by ITT because they had hotels there. They owned the Sheraton hotel chain. That would result in a settlement of the antitrust cases in terms that were favorable to them. And the most famous part of the memo was at the very end of it. It was a postscript, as I recall. It said, "Please destroy this, huh?"
Ain't this some shit? Ain't this something? These fools. Just because you rich don't mean you smart. Just because you rich don't mean you smart. They owed for 3 or 4 different lawsuits, antitrust suits that they lost. They said instead of paying for that, we'll give y'all $400,000 for the hotels. They own the hotels. Y'all gonna make that $400,000 back, because once people come, they're gonna be ordering room service. You're gonna have people down in the lobbies. It's gonna draw a lot of attention down there. ITT thought they was slick. Dita, whatever your name is. Thank you for sending this message to Jack Anderson. They tried to pull a slick one on us. See, hold on. The world's leading international hotel company and third largest hotel company in terms of number of rooms, ITT Sheraton Corporation owns, leases, manages, or franchises over 450 hotels, inns, and resorts in 65 countries. Jeez Louise. Servicing 22 million guests each year worldwide. They really, hey, Dita, thank you. Thank you for that. They tried to pull a fast one on us. And we got the internet now, so I know for damn sure. People back in the day didn't know nothing about this. Damn. What y'all think, man? ITT was trying to pull a fast one with this? Or y'all think that was cool? Y'all think what ITT is doing right now is cool? Like y'all be like, okay, that's cool. $400,000 antitrust, it ain't that big of a deal. Is this justifiable in your book? Like, okay, you trying to stop everyone else? Conspire? We trying to make it happen? Get Nixon reelected? Liddy is up at the crack of dawn. He's at the office before the sun comes up. He's like, did you read that? Did you see what she just said? This shifted everything right here. This just shifted everything. And now we need to get into that. What they call it, a black ops or black bag? It's black ops. I think it is black. Yeah, black ops. Yeah. All the other plans we had, scrap that, y'all. Everything we had, diamond, crystal, ruby, what else you got? I don't even know. Throw it away. Burn it up. We need to worry about Dita right now because now the Republican Party is looking bad. Kenneth said, so not cool. Now, Jeb shows up and Jeb gets this information because remember, he's the deputy of the campaign. He's supposed to be the man in charge, making sure everything runs smoothly so we can get Nixon reelected. First thing he does is come in here and tells them straight up, listen, that memo is fake. We're going to debunk that. That's all they're always trying to do. You see a reoccurring pattern with that party. They ain't trying to get none of the truth. They just trying to cover up bullshit. Now, we know that that letter is real. He knows that that letter is real, but it sounds better to say, hey, that letter ain't real. That letter ain't real. Don't believe that. Well, we need to figure it out. We need to figure it out because Jeb just told us this was a fake memorandum. It didn't happen. Don't believe it. Fake news. Fake news. That's what they saying. Seems like ITT had to drop all shares in Sheraton. Oh yeah, once we get through this, we're gonna go back. We're gonna look at all of this. We gotta know who everyone's tied to. See, I was a Marriott guy. Back when I used to have all my points, I was a Marriott guy. I love staying at Marriott. Sheratons, they were cool, but Marriott's was my go-to. I used to be a platinum member at Marriott. I used all them points and never looked back though. Started getting a little too expensive. Plus, my job was paying for it. So, we got to keep the points off the hotel. They got to keep the points off the planes. Man, I'm telling you, I was stacked up. Boy, when I tell you I blew through them, woo-wee. Them points, ooh, them things are stacking up. But that's neither here or there. We need to figure out Dita because it's gonna be a Senate hearing on ITT. They about to get the answers. They need to question Dita about the authenticity of this letter. Yeah, we need to see if this is the real deal. Did this really happen? Did you really write that? Now look at Boss. Look at Boss. He's like, God damn it. They didn't got Dita. Look at the picture they gave of my girl Dita Beard. They don't look nothing like my girl. This might be the new. See, I want to find. Let me see something. Oh man, this is something else. This is later on. This is 87. Just to cover up Nixon and his presidency. And they ain't got much on. Here's only 3 results. Let me see. Edward Kennedy. Hope that Dita Beard recovers. Okay. Oh, they got a White House Plumbers podcast. I'm gonna have to listen to that. Yeah, that looks like it. We already listening to him. Yeah, Kendall, that's dope. That's why I say I'm trying to find. I want to find these. I actually want to watch them and say just listen to what the news was talking about back then. But Boss Man Jeb says, "Hey, bro, we need to get the Dita ASAP." And he's like, "All right, what we need to do? We can take her out. We can go ahead and just kill her." It's like, hey, Liddy, chill. We don't need all of that right now, but we need to figure out what to do because right now it's looking bad. But remember, he just told him the other day or a couple of hours ago, that's fake news, man. Don't believe that. But now it's on the news in the Senate. They coming, they cracking down. They about to start getting answers. Sometimes it takes a while. But believe me, if they really want you, they gonna come and get you. They gonna come and get you. Sometimes it may take 10 years, 20 years, but they gonna come and get you. So Liddy is saying, all right, what we gonna do about it? And Jeb makes a joke and says, if you really want to help the Republican Party, go kill Jack Anderson, the guy that released the article. So he's hearing it like, finally, you talking my language, Jeb. He heard go kill Jack Anderson. He ain't make a sound. He just stepped up out of there. Jeb in the window. What a beautiful day. Well, it ain't gonna come back on me because they put John Mitchell's name in it. They ain't put my name in it, so I'm good. I've been looking for a promotion anyway, so maybe I can take John's spot. Security comes in. He's like, hey, where did Liddy go? He said, oh, man, he said he's about to go kill Jack Anderson. He'll be back. He had to go downstairs to stop him. My man went downstairs, not to a car. He went to call a cab. You see how he's moving? He wasn't going to get in his car to go get Jack Anderson. He went to go get a cab. He's going to go get a cab. He's going to put on his costume. He's going to go get his gun. And he was going to go get Jack Anderson. What'd he say? I'm going to go to my car. I'm going to get my gun. And I'm going to shoot everybody. But he makes one fatal move. He grabs Liddy by the arm and says, hey, man, let me talk to you upstairs. I was making a joke to you. Kill no fucking Jack Anderson. Liddy grabbed him and snatched him up and said, you ever touch me again, I'll kill you. And I'm not a joke. I'm not a fucking clown. You may be my boss, but don't you ever disrespect me and tell me a joke. If you give me a mission, I'm going to execute it. You told me to kill Jack Anderson, I'm going to kill Jack Anderson. And I said, yup, that's my dog right there. Liddy, you my dog, man. You my dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey Kendall, not only is that rotator cuff messed up, man, that shirt, it tore in the back a little bit. That shirt ain't supposed to go back there. This is 1970s too. Oh yeah. That ain't no stretch fit or nothing. That was yeah, it got a little tear. I think the breakup was due to the 96 Telecom Communications Act. We shall see. We shall see. Now back at the crib, we already know that Hunt has been going through it. It's the same thing every day. Oh, it's the same old song, just a different beat since his family's acting wild. It's the same old song. Fucking Lisa then locked herself in the bathroom. My dog, he just found out today that John Mitchell's ass, his name is on some bullshit with ITT. They got to try to figure this out on top of they still got to figure out how to reelect the president and try to set up the Democrats. But right now he can't because at his house, the kid that dropped out of college, the one he's paying tuition for, the one he's behind on the country club payments, he has to deal with all this shit because Dorothy can't do it. Dorothy is at the house 24/7. It can't be that hard to keep these old mother effers in line. They're 19, 20 years old. It's easy. But he was on the phone with the doctor because they thinking that, it might be something, but we aren't for sure. She's in there. We got St. John over here, arms folded like, damn, what's wrong with little sis or big sis? Then you got little David in the room. Dorothy's telling him, hey, don't yell at her. That's not going to make things better. Damn it, Howard. He said, oh, you're going to yell at me? And then little David come out the room. Hey, is she okay in there? Just shut up and get to your room. So she just went from yelling at Howard and telling Howard not to yell at Lisa. But then David comes out. She starts yelling at David. And David just like 6 years old, 7 years old, maybe. She started yelling at him because she's upset that Lisa got her ass locked into the bathroom because last week you were encouraging her to be at the house and talking around about it and not being an adult. You were more like a friend to her. So now Howard hears the phone ring and she's talking about, go get the phone, Howard. It might be the doctor. He's like, damn, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to get the daughter out of here? Why can't St. John go answer the phone? He ain't doing nothing. So he got to go back into the kitchen because it was on like 1 or 2 phones in the house. Well, this is the 70s. You probably have one phone with the long cord that could probably go about 20, 30 feet. Like it could really legit go around the whole house. But Howard got to go into the kitchen. Howard got to make sure the kids is good. Howard got to do a lot of shit to be a nigga, to be the only one working at the house. But he goes into the kitchen. He's upset. And I know you're feeling. I know how you're feeling, brother. She said, what did the doctor want, Howard? What did the doctor want? He's like, this is not the doctor. Shut up. It's Carol. They need me at the White House. Damn it. Shut up. So he comes back in the hall because it wasn't the doctor. He just got notified. When you won't call, it's nothing you can do. I used to have the on-call phone on the weekend. If they call, is a water main break or something on base, they got to call me. I got to go up there. I got to go do water sampling. I got to do it upstream, downstream, and after, after they do whatever they do, I got to come up there. I'm on call. No matter what you want me to do in life. I could be outside hooping in mid-dunk. If dun, 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 I hear that phone call, I got to miss the dunk. I got to go over there, pick up the phone. Yeah, this is Aaron Moe. Who this? Oh, on base? Say less. Give me about 10 minutes. I got to go. I ain't got time to be figuring out whose ball it was. I got to go. That's my job. That's what I signed up for. He just got called to the White House. We know that the DNC, they got some shit that's going to be damaging on the RNC. We are part of the Creep team. We need to lead. We also got to be a father. Why don't you care about the family sometimes, Howard? You always going to work, Howard. Why don't you care about the family, Howard? But just earlier, we seen you complaining about us being 4 months late. Guess what? We won't be late on this if I get to work on time. I got to go to work so we can afford all this bullshit that we got. All you got to do is make sure the kids are straight. She said, oh, that's how you're going to do me, huh? That's how you're going to do me, Howard? Really? You can't care about your family for one fucking moment. David, stay in your room. Howard's like, what the fuck do you want from me? I'm trying. So he gets upset, but you got to remember Howard pays the bills in this house. And what does Howard do? Howard goes over to the bathroom door because she locked herself in there. Our doors, all you needed was a little penny or a dime. You can unlock the lock like that. He comes over and this nigga kicks the door in. Pow! Just to find out that Lisa's in here eating Pringles with a blanket in her pajamas in the bathtub. Dorothy did all that yapping. Howard. For this motherfucking dropout to be sitting in the bathtub, this nigga got important shit to worry about. She talking about worry about the family. Worry about the family. This is a bunch of weird motherfuckers in this family, man. Ain't nobody hurting each other. You need to call that school and stop that damn tuition. That's what you need to do, Dorothy. Get on the phone, call that school and say she's withdrawing and we want that money back. Or I will use my CIA experience and bring you motherfuckers down some way. But you need to call and get that money back so I can pay for that country club. Have me out here looking like a fool because I'm paying for tuition whole time. My daughter here at the house and ain't no education. I can only imagine what Howard is going through right now. Dog, they are... Don't you yell at me, Howard. I'm not yelling. I'm trying to tell you something. Oh, so you just gonna leave us and go to work? Who else is working around here? I got to work. I work at the fucking White House. I don't have a regular job. I ain't at McDonald's. I work at the White House. Niggas call. I told you in episode 1, this is my big break. You knew that I'm gonna be going undercover. I told you to call me Edward last week when I was getting it in. You remember last week when I was in the... Don't call me Howard, call me Edward. You know I'm going to be going undercover. I don't have time to be at this house. I don't have time. What are we doing, Dorothy? She knows that he was in the CIA. She was in the CIA. She knows that this nigga's going to be working non-stop. Lisa, we don't even know what she's drinking in here. What is this? This is a beer? Oh, no. Oh, no, Kendall, we're going to find out something. We're going to go down to the tuition office and we're going to talk to him. Yeah, we're going to talk to him. I'm a CIA officer, agent, my bad, CIA agent. We need that tuition stop right now or we're going to start uncovering some shit on what's going on here. Matter of fact, take me to the dean. We need to stop that tuition. My country club is more important than this education. And the reason I'm saying that is because she ain't getting no education. She ain't got no money. Who bought those Pringles? Howard. Whose bathtub she in? Howard. Who bought them pajamas? Howard. Who bought that blanket? Howard. Whose house is this? Howard's. Who's the only person bringing money into this house? Howard. So yeah, in this case, education was a waste, but he got to go. They all look at she like, damn. Man, this family, boy. Give me a second. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Damn. They trying to get my boy, man. They trying to jam my boy. He ain't did nothing but go to work all day. That's all he does is go to work. All right. Listen up, y'all. We got to go ahead and figure out what the hell is going on because tomorrow they want to go ahead and question Dita. They want to ask her, is the memorandum real? And we need to make something shake. We need to make something shake, y'all. Look what our boy Howard went into the drawer to get. Well, into the safe. Project Gemstone, 1971. So he's going in there. He's like, all right, well, if Gemstone ain't going to work, we're going to have to put this on the back burner until we figure out what's going on with Miss Beard. So Howard knows, all right, what we need to do is try to make her disappear, get her out the city, do whatever we can do so she can't be questioned about this stuff and try to stall and cover up this fake news. But for Liddy, he didn't hear any of that. You know what Liddy heard? Liddy heard that Miss Beard is a problem. Liddy heard, let's take out Miss Beard. Let's kill Miss Beard. Liddy, we can't kill every single person. Every single person we come in contact, Liddy, just because they did something don't mean we can go kill them. He said, look, all I'm saying is a dead dog can't chase cars. You know what I mean? We get rid of that problem. We get rid of that problem. Like, Liddy, we can't do that, man. That's not going to happen. So Hunt is saying, man, look, we're going to get this money and we're going to make her disappear. We're going to try to bribe her and get her up out of here. Liddy said, damn. Come on, man. Let me just, you know what I mean? Let me just go lick him one time. Hey, Howard, please. I just want to, you know what I'm saying? Freeze. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. Just one time, Howard, please. Howard going into the safe and he pulling out stacks, racks on top of racks. Liddy the whole time, this is some bullshit. Well, they show up to Miss Beard's crib. Miss Beard, she ain't no joke. Hey, y'all, does commitment have one T or two T's? Does commitment have one T or two T's? Hey, Kendall, we're gonna find that letter tonight. I want to read the actual letter. I want to see everything that they put in there and see where she was off, because they said in the actual letter, please destroy this. Huh? Like, I gotta see that. She put see, I want to know, did she do this on purpose? I know she sent the letter to Jack Anderson, but did she put the please destroy this Han there on purpose? But anyway, she an OG though. This is the 70s. This is different times back then. So she grabbed the biggest knife. We all had that little generic wood butcher block that had all the knives in it. You take the big knife out, you just be making a little bitty sandwich or something. We used to always grab the biggest knife in there to cut the sandwich up. PB&J, you know what I mean? Cutting that motherfucking sandwich up with the biggest knife. Hey, don't use that knife. Use a butter knife. Hell no. Whenever I'm using the knife, I always went to the biggest knife in there. You know what I mean? And I always pull that motherfucker out the block, sing, make that noise like it was a sword. And now I'm looking for the food. I'm looking for the, yeah. Now forget his nickname, but he shows up in the same identity that they always. I think his name was like Gerald Leonard or something like that. So he shows up and he said, do the beard. And I'm looking at the way she's holding this knife. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's kind of dark. But she got that knife upside down. Oh, okay. I know that tactic. So what she's doing, she got the knife upside down. So when she goes, she can go up like that. So like if she hits you here, it's going to hit your face. You know what I mean? He said, listen, I'm an attorney and I got some legal advice. I got some legal advice for you. Can I come in to talk? She said, yeah, what's going on? Now, Liddy's getting straight to the point. He's trying to be relatable. He asked her about her kids. She said, yeah, I got 5 of them. They either old or they in military school or something. He said, damn, I got 5 kids too. And I was thinking, I was like, does he have 5 or was it 4? I think I only seen 4. But either way, we on common grounds now. You know, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, it stank up in here, boy. All them damn cigarettes. Oh, man, I can't sit around that, bro. That shit's horrible. I just don't like the way cigarettes smell, man. So he comes and he started asking her, like, you good? You sick or anything? She said, no, I'm active, baby. I'm active. Hiking, skiing, rowboat, track and field, parachuting, bungee jumping, gymnastics, football, rugby, soccer, ice skating. Yeah, she said, I do all of that. He said, oh, really? I meant, she said, oh, yeah, and one last thing I left out. She told our boy, I'm good at fucking too. Hey, Dita, ain't nobody come over for all of that. Don't nobody want all of that cigarette breath. Don't nobody want that. Don't nobody want that. She talking about she good at fucking. She good at fucking. It's Kathleen Turner. Yeah, when I was looking at, I thought she looked familiar, but I was like, man, they kind of got her looking old. You know what I mean? I was like, whoever this is. At first, I thought it was an older lady, but I said, man, who is this? Something don't seem right, but she said she good at fucking. Y'all think Liddy taking her up on that offer? Y'all think Liddy gonna take her up on that offer? Or you think Liddy's here like, man, I should go ahead and do what I was supposed to do? But he said, no, what do you have like any medical, like any medical issues, cancer in the family or something? Because he's trying to find a way to get her up out of here. Now, I forgot what he said she had. But they put her in a wheelchair, skirt, head straight to the airport. This damn wig that Liddy got on, man, this shit is terrible. But this is the 70s. This is the 70s. She over here, she got an oxygen tank in her lap, smoking a cigarette. Angina. Yeah, that's right. Angina. She's smoking a cigarette while on oxygen. Oh, okay. She let me see. 13 hours ago, readily agrees in her earlier troubles with angina. A heart condition may make it easier for the plan to be carried out. So I don't know if it's true or not though. I don't know. But you guys got to remember, this is the 70s. It's smoking in the airport. You can do whatever you want in the airport back in the day. Back in the day, the only people that went to the airport, you had to wear a suit. It was mandatory. If you went to the airport back in the day, you had to wear a suit. It wasn't coming up there in no flip flops, no t-shirts. No sweatpants. You had to wear a suit. It was like, man, if you didn't have a suit on, it's like the airlines didn't let you on or something. Or unless you was in the military, but you had to wear your uniform also. But yeah, you don't just see regular folk at the airport. She come through, her daughter talking about, you on oxygen, mom. She don't give a damn. And our boy Howard is there just to confirm that she's getting dropped off. Now Howard's trying to tell him, all right, look, we got this shit in play. We good. We gonna get her up out of here. But guess what? They sending a committee to the hospital to talk to her tomorrow. She can't make it to them. They going to her tomorrow, people. Tomorrow. Now, ITT, we back to talking about you guys. Because now Howard is saying, what we could do is bribe her, give her some bread, so she doesn't say that she knew anything about that. It was all a misunderstanding. Now, Boss Man talking about, hell no, we not about to have the Republican Party paying to bribe somebody in a federal case. Howard, being the Central Intelligence agent that he used to be, used his mind of intelligence, and he said, guess what? We ain't got to do it. She's still an employee of ITT. We just talked to ITT because we know that ITT back in 1970 was trying to pay the White House to stop the president down in Chile. So they, in their 70% interest, which we need to go do a little bit digging into to figure out how legit were they? Because if they had 70% interest down there, they were paying the White House. Like, and you see what I'm saying? Now we need to see how ITT was built from the ground up. We need to start following the paper trail on their ass. But what Howard is insinuating is they talked to ITT because ITT already said they was going to cut $400,000 for the hotels, which was their own hotel, so they paying themselves. Not only that, if we tell them, here's a little bit of money, y'all, since y'all owe us anyway, that 400,000 y'all owed us anyway, y'all just pay her a little bit of that money to get her to shut up. We'll handle the rest. Now, Boss Man's like, nah, you're not gonna. Hey, for the record, I did not recommend or tell you to do this. So if anything ever came out of it, he was basically cutting it off. Like, nope, I had nothing to do with this. I told him no. So if Howard ever gets caught for this, deniability. I don't know nothing. Y'all don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. He don't know nothing. Whatever Howard does after this is on him, ITT, and Liddy. That's the plan. ITT is going to pay her to be quiet. The government isn't going to pay her. Now, another reason they do this also is to cover their tracks. But if all this starts to unfold and truths are being revealed, we didn't pay her. ITT paid her. What were they hiding? You see what I'm saying? That's all the government's going to do. They're going to spin it back on you. So it was good that they went this route. Now, she's in here. And if you listen closer to Howard, listen real close to Howard. This guy explains everything that he does. And nothing, I repeat, nothing he does is by accident. So he got his wig to the left a little bit. And the reason he's doing that, remember, they gave Liddy the limp. So whenever you seen Liddy walk, he had that limp. Because all you're going to remember when you see this guy is like his hair was messed up. That's going to be your only focal point. It's not going to be on his facial features. It's not going to be on what he's wearing. It's just going to be, man, motherfucker had a fucked up wig. I don't know if it was a wig or his hair, but that shit was to the left a little bit. And then he puts the flowers in her drinking water. He's like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know I'm doing. I did this on purpose. Now I want to see what happens like next episode. I don't think they're gonna bring her back up, but I thought they were gonna show something about him putting it in the water. But Edwina, whatever your name is, you need to leave real quick. I need to talk to you. Dita's like, my heart condition. You got a cigarette? Do you have a cigarette? He said, yeah, I got one, but let me talk to you real quick. And what he does is the old switcheroo on her ass. He said, listen, you did write some stuff. There's going to be people coming here to interview, and I just want to see where you stand. Your daughter, she's part of the Republican Party. How would your job or the RNC look at you if you turned your back on them and turned this information in? She's like, well, I don't want to disappoint. He's like, yeah, you won't disappoint your daughter. The Republican Party is still going to accept you. So she's thinking that this Republican Party is the best thing ever. She doesn't want to let anyone down, but she's the one that wrote it, and she's the one that sent it to Jack Anderson. So she's kind of torn in between. And Howard is up here trying to convince her, hey, don't say nothing. Plus, I heard you like cigarettes. I got a carton of cigs, and let me just say this. ITT, they're real generous about bonuses during the Christmas season. Do I got your word? She said, shit, for some cigarettes and a bonus. She said for a carton of cigarettes and a bonus at the job. Oh, yeah, she ain't saying nothing. He put that dumbass wig on and got up out of here. Mission complete. The next day, everyone shows up. Dita, over here. Let me see. Your good side. All right. Now the Senate's in here and they're saying, all right, Dita, we need you to look at this letter right here. Did you or did you not write this letter? Is this not the memorandum that you put together? Is this not the letterhead for ITT? Is this not your signature down there? She said, let me see. Who's writing this? Who wrote this? Oh, is there twos? Is there two T's in commitment? Is there two T's or one T? It look like they put, where'd it go? They got two T's. Is it two T's or is it one T? Edwina, come here real quick. Look at this real quick. Does this say commit? What is it? Two T's? Is that one T in there? I can't really tell right there. I don't think this is my writing. No. Senator, can you read this out loud for me? You know, my heart condition and my glasses, I really can't read. Now, I can't tell if this is one T or two T's in here. Yeah, the hell with it. I did not write this. Whoever wrote this and then the signature, that ain't my signature. This is... Help! So she started faking it and stuff because she read that letter. She knew good and damn well she wrote that motherfucker while she was puffing on a cigarette. She was smoking on that cigarette. It got two T's and one T. Oh, fuck it. And then at the end, she put, please destroy this. Huh? Who types that? Then her heart starts messing up. And man, they had it all set up in here too. Imagine you came all the way out to Denver just for this to happen. You out here, I won't say she's faking, but we know that she did get bribed, at least in this. Yo, get out of here right now. You don't want that motherfucker to... You don't want that. You want it to... You don't want that. Now outside, you hear all the Democrats talk about someone bribed her. Someone gave her money to turn on us. Now, my boy Howard just did all of this, y'all. Mind you, this is all going on. Howard had to go out to Denver. He had to talk to her. He had to bribe her. He had to wear that wig. He had to come back home. He just getting back home. He's just getting back in. Y'all know, what's one of the first things y'all do when y'all get to the house? What's one of the first things you do after a long day of work once you get to your house? You got to see how everybody moving out here. What's one of the first things you do when you get to the house? Oh yeah, RD, undress. First thing I do, I take my shoes off, because in my front door I got a little shoe rack. Take my shoes off, put it in there, go to the room, go wash my hands. Now I gotta get undressed. I gotta get changed. I gotta get comfortable. I gotta get comfortable. Go take me a shower, chill for a little bit. He just getting home from Denver. Soon as he comes in the house, they playing Scrabble. She talking about, oh, I know where you been in Denver. Not today, Dorothy. Not today, please. Now they playing Scrabble, no points. He don't get changed. He don't get to relax. He comes straight in the house and they say, yeah, Papa, come play with us. Y'all got to give me a minute or two. Let me go get something to drink first. Let me go get changed. Now they playing Scrabble. Things get a little carried away because they not playing with points. This fucking ungrateful piece of trash kid just fucking out of control. Come on, Dorothy, control your daughter. I just got home from Denver. Control your daughter. St. John over there, he put bed on there, or did he put done? I think she put done. I don't know. But my boy went for big points. I think he put bed on there. So, like, all right, cool. Now she put Xerox. Now, you know you can't, in Scrabble, you can't put Xerox. Everybody know you can't put Xerox. Xerox is a noun. But she wouldn't know that because her ass ain't got no education. She ain't go to college. He said, this is anarchy. We're playing Scrabble with no points. And what's the point of playing? Just putting words down? Then we shouldn't take turns. We should just, everybody put words down. At least play with some kind of points. Not, Kendall, I gotta call them ungrateful. These ain't kids. These is adults. She's in college. The kid life is over with. Your parents, hey, they ain't got to pay for your college. That is not your parents' job to pay for your college. Now, it's good if they do. And if they do, you should go ahead and fulfill your end of the bargain by getting that degree for them. She said, anarchy, acting just like her damn mama, yelling at her daddy. Anarchy. This is anarchy. She threw the Scrabble shit down. John's looking like, damn, ain't this something? I was just about to put a 4-letter word up there. So now she's upset because her ass dropped out of college. How you mad at your dad because you did some stupid shit? But anyway, this is a different type of family here. We know that this shit wouldn't fly in our crib. And these kids are ungrateful. They daddy just got back from fucking Denver and they want him to play Scrabble with no points. He just had to kick a door in. You know who got to replace that door that he kicked in? Howard does. Mm-hmm. Howard got to go fix that door that he kicked in because Dorothy couldn't control their daughter. I'm just telling y'all what we see here on the TV. She's at home all day with the kids. Because that's what y'all want to call them, kids, right? Nah, these are the fucking adults. Well, David and John, they kids. But this one right here, this is not an adolescent. This is a goddamn adult. This one right here. This one right here. She's going to be the death of Howard. Like Kendall said, they ain't even let David play. David in the back room. Can't read, can't write, can't do nothing. But congratulations to Howard. He made it out of that hellhole and back to work. Liddy, you already know he holding it down. Even though he wanted to get rid of somebody, a little termination. They ain't gonna never hurt nobody. But they're congratulating everybody like, damn, we did our thing. Good shit, y'all. Good shit. And Lydia saying, nah, it was all Howard. Liddy set it up. Howard knocked it down. And then we find out that J. Edgar Hoover dies quietly at home. So now we about to see what day this was. All right. J. Edgar Hoover died. So it is, oh, damn, I didn't even see what day that was. May 2nd. May 2nd, 1972. That's the day we on. All right, so we in May. I was watching this docuseries on him yesterday. No, was it yesterday? No, it may have been Saturday. Man, all kinds of shit. Oh, and one of the gemstone projects was the suppression of the Negro vote. John Mitchell comes in, he's saying, you know what, guys? Thank y'all for everything you did. We definitely needed this. They're like, oh, no problem. That's what we do, John. We're trying to get Nixon back in office. That's all we here for. Congratulations, fellas. Now, Jeb takes them into the office and he tells them straight up, listen, I got something for y'all. The Gemstone Project, it was approved. They said it was? Yes. That $1 million budget. Yes. Now Dorothy can get off my ass because I'm a working man now. Yes. Finally, I knew it. I knew this was the opportunity that I needed to be back in the game and elevate my status. Yes, we did it, y'all. We did it. Gemstone Project is on. They said, what gemstone was it? They said, oh, that's the opal. The who? Yeah. Operation Opal. Operation Opal? You mean the last one we presented to John Mitchell? He said, yeah, go talk to security. He used to be FBI, he used to be CIA. Y'all gonna go over there and y'all gonna just bug the DNC. That's gonna be the easiest and cheapest. And guess what? Instead of spending $1 million on this whole thing, we got 250,000 out. 250,000. 250. Look at Liddy. Liddy said that's the wackest one. Liddy wanted to do some kidnapping. Liddy wanted to do some shooting. Liddy did not want to be bugging the DNC. That just hurt my boy, man. That just hurt my boy. All he ever wanted to do was shoot somebody. That's all. All he ever wanted to do was put somebody in a headlock. It's not too much to ask. All he wanted to do was put a car, like a bomb in somebody's car. It ain't too much to ask. Is that really too much to ask? Like Liddy, he gave you guys 12 options and y'all, we can't even use the yacht. We don't even get the yacht party. Can we at least get the yacht party? Maybe not 15 hookers. Maybe we do 7. Maybe we do 7 or 8 and you make the budget 300,000. We can make that 50 stretch. We can make that 50 stretch. Liddy wants to have some kind of excitement. This don't sound exciting to Liddy. Where's the excitement in this? There's no spying or we just breaking into a building. What do you want us to do, boss? Jeb, what do you want us to do? Come on, man. Can we at least do the kidnapping? Can we at least get one of the members and take them down to Mexico? Can we at least do that? Just knock them one time. Bow! Disoriented, but they'll be all right. San Diego and the Mexican border is not that far. Tijuana, right there. We could come on, boss. We could do that. Jeb, it's me, Liddy. It's me, man. Gordon, Liddy. Gordon, it's me. You know what I'm capable of. Let me do something. Let me do something. Well, now that budget is cut 75%. He is upset. He don't want to even look at Watergate. He's like, man, I'm fucking bugging this place. Howard is like, well, 250 is still enough money to do what we need to do. This is interesting. Now we got the whole crew here. You remember the Cubans? You remember the Cubans are with us now, and they can also break into this. And if you heard the dude on the end, I forgot what his name was. He gonna say, man, what are we staring at this building for? I'm 6 hours late on getting some pussy. He ain't trying to hear none of this. Breaking into a building. Oh, that's easy. That's easy. He ain't got time and he don't want to be here for y'all to tell me we just gonna break in here and like bug up the place and steal some files. That ain't interesting. He said, I'm 6 hours past due. Man, the 70s was some shit that we may not ever see again. And then the gentleman on the right is saying, hey, so which building is Watergate? And they like, nigga, the whole building. There you go, the whole building. But that's episode 2 of the White House Plumbers. I know we don't get many people watch this, but to me, it's good. And I like all the backstories that we get to find out. So for me, I'm definitely enjoying it. It's a good little change up that we definitely need. He said, which building is Watergate? They said, nigga, this the whole building, man. But you gotta remember, they not from here. They don't know nothing. They just going along with it. Because remember, security, this is the guy that be asking for the badge. He be asking Liddy for his badge all the time. He's like, man, y'all still ain't paid me yet. He want his money, he ain't got paid. No problem, y'all. No problem. You know, I'm gonna get on here. We're gonna do. Oh, we need to do ITT's history. Let me see. We got. Let me see. Oh man, this is just gonna give us all the good information. We want the nitty gritty. We want to know where they were messing up at. ITT scandals. I should have known. What is this? Forbes in New York, boy, they be tripping. Man, ain't nobody trying to take no survey. Oh, here we go. 3 antitrust suits going against ITT. Wait. President Nixon ordered Mr. K not to appeal one of the suits to the Supreme Court. Why? The answer given by Nixon was the intervention in the case was disclosed recently, goes to the core of ITT controversy. He did not agree with the Justice Department. Oh, okay, Mr. Nixon. Mr. Nixon explained he did not agree with the Justice Department policy that bigness per SE was unlawful. Bigness per SE. What the fuck is that? Corporation is a foreign corporation now in the U.S. entity classification where regulations is automatically deemed to be a corporation and is ineligible to elect U.S. federal. Oh. Oh, okay, Mr. Nixon. So they were violating the antitrust, and Mr. Nixon didn't agree with it because if they were violating it, they can't elect U.S. federal income tax per se. My bad. Oh, Mr. Nixon was trying to help ITT out, so he told them not to. Oh, now it's making sense. He didn't agree with the see, and that's why the Justice Department was looking into it because the 400,000 was supposed to go to the Justice Department, but instead of going to the Justice Department, Mr. Nixon and the creep team, them niggas took. Oh, okay, Mr. Nixon, it makes sense now. See, I never knew all of this. It might be well unlawful when it's as big as the ITT. The antitrust actions were about and what given the continuing ITT affairs essential importance. Now I knew Nixon was lying, but I ain't know nothing about this ITT stuff. Richard, a Chicago antitrust lawyer, accepted the position as assistant attorney general in the antitrust division of Nixon's administration. It was with the firm understanding that he would be allowed to bring suits on this very ground. Damn, so they hired Richard McLaren, but then they took up under Nixon, but then he started bringing down people that Nixon was close to, so Nixon didn't agree with it, even though he's the one that hired him. Damn, Nixon, you was doing it like this out here? Mr. McLaren felt that the trend toward mammoth conglomerates gave the parent company economic power and put danger in enough of political power to influence the government's domestic and foreign policies. See, so, oh, Mr. McLaren. Ah. So Mr. McLaren was actually doing his job. He was appointed by Nixon. Nixon thought that this nigga was just going to do everything that he wanted them to do, but instead he was actually going out after the people that were fucking up. And he felt that if they did all of this, they would gain too much influence. And we just found out in 1970 that they were trying to pay the White House to go ahead and do the military coup in Chile so the president doesn't get elected because they had a 70% interest. And without that president getting elected, they could start having more power than the government because that's going to be one of the largest companies in Chile. Damn, ITT. Oh, ITT. Nixon thought they were going to hire Mr. McLaren to be the assistant attorney general. This nigga actually did his job and they got mad because they were, oh, okay, Mr. Nixon. McLaren wanted to bring suits to test whether the Clayton Act could be stretched to cover mergers of companies that were not competitive but accumulative to power in too few hands. If courts ruled that Clayton Act applied only to mergers of competing companies, the only recourse was new legislation. If the courts ruled that the Clayton Act only applied to, oh, so as of right now, the Clayton Act. Yeah, simple terms. Let's see. The act of selling the same product to different buyers in charge of different prices based on who's purchasing the goods. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. So who was ITT selling the product to? Oh, so ITT has just been doing all kinds of shady shit. So in 69, McLaren filed one suit against the merger of ITT with Canteen Corporation and another suit against its merger with Grinnell Corporation and Hartford. So up under the Clayton Act, if it's just two companies competing, cool. But if we're doing a merger and I'm buying up, let's see what the Canteen Corporation was. And the insurance company, I'm gonna be, oh Lord, these fools. Hey, acquired by Compass in 1994. So they do snacks. It started moldy peanut butter back in the 1920s. Man, yeah, they buying up all the. Come on, man. Even Howard's daughter could figure this out. You come on, man. You can't just buy up all these companies and think that all right, cool shit. There's a merger. They ain't gonna like no nigga. First of all, y'all already trying to cover up for the taxes and shit. Y'all can't, y'all ineligible for that, but y'all still trying to get it. Nixon didn't agree. And now we finding out that y'all buying everything. And that's the same thing. He's trying to stop y'all from having too much influence, just like we were talking about in Chile. Man, they've been doing this over years. So this is 69. Wait, is this 1969? They said, yeah, this is 1969, 1970. After all these suits have been filed, 1970 is when we found out about them paying the White House for the Chile situation. Dog, it's just 1 year after another. They don't give up. These motherfuckers are trying. They get hit with these suits, violating antitrust. So all of this shit probably didn't go down. These mergers probably didn't happen. They got hit over the head. Nixon stopped all that, took the money, rerouted it. The next year, these fools are trying to pay the White House to stop the president from getting elected in Chile. Well, the inauguration. Man, ITT, I tell you, this is some wild shit. Let's continue. The target for the test has carefully been chosen. In the list of giant companies complied by Fortune magazine, ITT, under leadership of its president, Harold Green, or Genie, climbed from number 52 in 1959. Look at this shit, y'all. Look at this. He climbed from number 52 in 1959 to number 9 in 1970. By 69, when the suit was brought, the the corporation had 331. Now I want to see how he jumped up. The Hartfield was the biggest jewel, a 1.5 billion acquisition. He wanted, oh, so they probably wasn't doing that good. But if he jumped from 52 to 9 in 11 years, $1.5 billion acquisition of Hartford, he wanted the cash reserves to give him greater financial maneuverability. And oh Lord, so he was trying to get this money, and we know that he was trying to pay the White House for Chile. It ain't no telling what he would have did if Mr. McLaren wasn't in here. If Mr. McLaren didn't shut this down, this dude may have been one of the most powerful people in the world. Mr. Genies. Oh man, it's nice though. Less than 10 million. That 10 million, 10, 3, 10. So 79 million. Let me see. 79 million 850 793 times 15. No, it wouldn't be times 15. My bad. Man, I tell you, boy, when it comes to corruption, I ain't never seen nothing like this before. $1.5 billion. So 79 million 850. We'll just do that. Times 150. If they would have did that accusation, it would have been worth $11 billion today. Might as well say $12 billion. They was they was about to be on it. What up, Kasim? Damn. Basically $12 billion. So by time, man, they might be like worth $100 billion right now if all this would have went through. But thank you, Mr. McLaren. McLaren. Was forced to divest canteen, the fire protection division. Yep. See, they got rid of all of them. Two small insurance companies was allowed to retain Hartford. We know that Hartford is where the money went. But in this course of the litigation and investigations by securities, SEC, and three congressional committees, there were revelations that seemed to lend. Among the revelations, these were top ITT administration officials met repeatedly in secret in 1970 and 71 on antitrust suits. And that while these negotiations were going on, ITT pledged $400,000 to the 72 Republican convention in San Diego. ITT in the White House sought to prevent the staff of the SEC from subpoenaing companies, memos, and letters detailing meetings. That after the documents were delivered, the White House and the SEC commissioners tried to keep them from the Senate Judiciary Committee, the White House Commerce Committee, or the House Commerce Committee, transferring them to the Department of Justice. These actions raised questions of possible obstruction of justice. So they didn't want the SEC to see it, and so instead of sending it to the SEC because they're their own entity and they're going to be here doing right no matter who's in charge. Instead of going there, that's when they sent it to the Department of Justice, because you remember the Department of Justice is up under Nixon. During the committee's hearing in 72, the nomination of Mr. K as Attorney General, several ITT administration officials, including Mr. G and K, according with Attorney General John Mitchell, y'all remember him, partially perjured themselves. The testimony of former White House counsel Charles Colson. Colson is the one, this is the guy that's been calling on the phone. Charles Colson is the guy that's been calling Howard and told him to come to D.C. So Charles Colson, the guy that's been telling Howard to do everything, he had the possibility of perjury also, according to John Mitchell. Hey man, run these gemstone projects. Damn. So everybody's lying, and that's why at the beginning of the series it says some names were changed, but most of them didn't because they were found guilty. So all of them are getting on the stand and lying, but we know the reason for lying is a 30-day sentence and $100 fine. $100 fine. That's what they getting for perjury in the 70s. If there was ever a time to lie, it was in the 70s. I mean, perjury ain't gonna give you much time. You might get a year on like the high end, but still, $100 fine and your sentence is probably gonna get suspended. The road was long and torturous. The last half of 69 and all of 70 were given legal maneuvering in the antitrust suits. Behind the scenes, unknown to the public, there were a series of meetings of ITT officers with administration officials, including Vice President, Mr. Mitchell, My goodness. So not only were they bullshitting, they were actually having meetings with them. Colson was showing up, Mitchell was showing up, the vice president was showing up to these meetings with ITT. These fools, man, but I love hearing about it, man. I love hearing about it. The suit against Hartford merger had not been argued. The Canteen suit was nearing a decision. The Grinnell case had been lost by the government in district court. The Justice Department had filed a notice of appeal with the Supreme Court. Not kidding. I'm not. All right, I am surprised. Like the vice president to be there. I could see Colson. You know, he just worked at the White House, but the vice president was at these meetings. The attorney general was at these meetings. No, you're a lawyer. You know you need to stay away from all this nonsense. Man. ITT was searching for a way to halt the appeal. Supreme Court should reverse the district court in the Grinnell case. ITT lawyers evidently believe that their best hope lie in enlisting political pressure for a delay to work out an agreement. All right, let's see. Well, presidential reversal. Should we didn't have to assume or really take too wild of a guess to know that the president was stepping in once we found out that there were private meetings with the vice president. Let me see, reverse it. President called Mr. Kleindienst, however you pronounce it, confirmed the Times report. So he called them the same day that all this dropped and said, don't file an appeal. The president would rather resign than obey the order. Adding that he won, told the president he would rather resign than obey the order. So Mr. Kleindienst, or whatever the hell his name is, Mr. Crooked over at ITT, that nigga said, Mr. President, I will resign before I obey this order. And two, he asked for a delay in the appeal to enable president to consider my position, after which he has said Mr. Nixon changed his mind, aka Mr. Nixon knew that there was some money coming in. There is some money coming in. Mr. Nixon got that motherfucking paper, came across his desk. He said, what is this? This is from ITT? Get Mr. K on the phone right now. Nigga, how much money you talking? I'm trying to get reelected. I need 400,000. I need hotels. Mr. K, don't you even think about retiring. Don't even think about resigning. We're gonna work this out. I'm gonna become president again, and you're gonna help me out. Watch Gaslit with Julia Roberts to get a different perspective from John Mitchell's point of view. Gaslit. All right, I'll try it out. I'll try to watch it tonight. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. For the sequence of events after follows as 71, Mr. K met privately with Felix, ITT director, a member of an investment banking firm, Lazard Ferries, which had put together the financing for the Hartford merger. Okay, hold on. You're not slipping up under the radar. That wasn't too hard to find, even though this is after. Lazard Ferries and Company, the Wall Street investment bank, agreed yesterday to pay $11 million to settle federal charges for its role in the industry-wide scandal of overcharging in the sale of billions of dollars worth of bonds in the early 1990s. I knew whoever was putting together this merger, they couldn't be clean. There's got to be more on these fools. Look at this. Inside Trader, 1987. They have 4 cases, 4 new cases pending. Look, 2005, a gift giving probe. Come on, man. They just every single decade, it looks like they got something going on. This is the 70s. This here, insider trading in the 80s. In the 90s, we got overselling bonds. And in the 2000s, where is it at? And in the 2000s, we had the gift giving probe. So one thing about this company right here, Lazard, Freezies, whatever the fuck you call. Yeah, y'all niggas every decade, y'all got something popping up. From the 70s, we just tracing it back. We ain't making it up. We just saying what we see. So in the 70s, y'all got this old swanky shit going on, working with Mr. K. Everybody know Mr. K is illegal. Everybody know Mr. K is dirty. They know he got hit with them 3 antitrust suits. We know, they lost. They over here stalling, and now they talking about let's go ahead and put this thing together. This is after everything. This is the events that follow the president talking on the phone with him. Bob Wilson of San Diego announced ITT pledged $400,000 for the RNC. On June 17th, Mr. McLaren told Mr. K he decided on the terms of an agreement. June 25th, the Washington lobbyist Dita Beard sent ITT Vice President William Merriam a memo that was to be a hot item when it became public. She said the noble commitment of 400,000 has gone a long way towards the negotiation and mergers eventually coming out. See, in the show, this is who she sent it to. So the original letter went to the vice president, Miriam. So she sent that to him. He was supposed to destroy it, but she also sent one to Jack Anderson. But as soon as that happened on July 31st, because this was what? June 25th is when she sent the letter up. July 31st, a month after the protests and dickering, ITT accepted Mr. McLaren's terms. So the temporary delay in justice of appeal of the Grinnell case to give Mr. Nixon time to change his mind on the permit and appeal, Mr. K explained it, ended up in an agreement that permitted ITT to keep Hartford and left the appeal question moot. There, the matter might have rested if columnist Jack Anderson had not got a hold of the Beard memo. He published this in February 29, 1972. No, wait. Okay, so this is the year later, 72, which set the train of series of new developments and revelations. So even this show, just showing that little bit about Beard, we didn't even know about all the other dumb shit that these fools were doing. Oh, man. Evidently determined to demolish any implication that there had been a deal between the administration and ITT in which he could have been involved, Mr. K immediately asked Senate Judiciary Committee to reopen hearings on his nomination to be attorney. This nigga just got in trouble for all this, and he said he's trying to run for attorney general. Reopen hearings on his nomination, nigga. They just hit you over the head 2 years straight. What do you mean? What do you mean you want to reopen the nomination for attorney general? Nigga, you are not getting attorney general. What kind of shit? He thought with all this going on, these antitrust suits that they got, he thought me being on the phone with the president and admitting to the news outlets, the New York Times, that I would resign before I obey an order. You think they really about to nominate you for the attorney general when you just told them you ain't gonna follow no order? March 2nd, 1972, Attorney General, we know, Mr. Mitchell and Mr. Genie both denied that they discussed antitrust cases at a meeting August 4th, 1970. Mr. K repeatedly said that he had played no part in negotiations for a settlement and never communicated with the White House on the case or received any directions from the president on the course that should be pursued by the Justice Department. There was an immediate reaction to the Beard memo on another front. The SEC, which had been conducting an investigation into insider trading, they were already doing insider trading back in the 70s. Oh, Lord. That's why they told the SEC they didn't want to give them none of the files of the records because the SEC was already investigating them for insider trading. That's why they moved it over to the committees. Damn, these I love it. I love it. I love it. So the whole time the SEC was already doing an investigation into them for insider trading. We thought that was in the 80s. Turned out they were doing it in the 70s. The SEC was on their ass. And once these antitrust suits came up, they lost them. They said, we don't want the SEC to look into none of this. We'll give it to the Justice Department. Can the Justice Department do it? Please, please, please. And this was with the merger of ITT and Hartford. That's what we just found out about. Laser theories, or whatever it is. We were saying, how corrupt are they? Well, guess what? They have been getting hit the whole time. And I knew when we read that it was a $1.5 million accusation merger on the line, and there's a actual bank that's participating, they got to be fraud. These niggas just got hit for antitrust. No one's going to do business with them. It had to be some dirty shit going on. And we found out every single decade since the 70s, they've been in bullshit. This is 2 consecutive decades of insider training from the SEC, allegedly. We got the gift scandal. We got them overcharging for bonds. Jeez Louise. The ITT Hartford merger was inserted into the memo on March 3rd. The deputy director of enforcement called Joseph, the partner in New York law firm representing ITT in the SEC investigation, asking why the Beard memo had not, I guess it had not, been supplied in response to the SEC subpoenas and whether there were any other goodies withheld. What up, Dina girl? So now on March 3rd, this was what? Let me see how many days this was. March 2nd, Mr. Green admitted, well, they denied that they were in any antitrust case disclosing any of that. The next day, the deputy director of enforcement called to say, is there anything else being left out? Dina girl, it is free time, but it's just talking about Miss Beard and everything that the who are we talking about right now? Oh, ITT. We're following ITT to see how crooked they were. So it's a little bit of free time, but we just went down a rabbit hole. Now I'm just reading off crap. But it's interesting though. Because the deputy director of enforcement was calling to say, hey, if we got the Beard memo, what other memos are y'all hiding? But they didn't know that Beard was the one that released it. And there were. 3 days later, on March 6th, a member of Flom's firm delivered to the White House a packet of 13 documents. ITT, inter-office memos, and letters to high administration officials that detailed meetings in 70 to 71 between ITT and admin figures, the vice president, the attorney general, Mr. K, Mr. Conlow, Mr. Stans, Elkerman, Mr. Colson. The very same day, Mr. Elkerman summoned a new SEC chairman to the White House. And he asked whether it's necessary for the SEC to seek further ITT documents. Yes, it's necessary, nigga. Look at this. He went to go see if it's necessary for them to keep pulling documents. Man, they about to pull all these documents. That's the same thing we got going on now. It's the same thing we got going on now. They trying to cover shit up, talking about, oh man, can we get that admissible? No, nigga, we want everything. Well, we just got more documents. They talking about, please, man, is it really necessary? Look at it. They put it in quotations. Is it necessary? Is it necessary that they need to go seek further documents? Because it's a whole shitload of documents. We know that Braden just stumbled across a Ponzi scheme. There's a whole bunch of documents, ITT, and we here to find out what else they done found out. Because if they found out these documents in 3 days, man, let's see. Nah, you're not late. We good. We good right now. So in 1972, March 30th, this is what, 24 days later? Yeah, March 6th, this happened. March 21st, he delivered more documents. Mr. Flom delivered the same documents to the SEC. 9 days later, Mr. Colson, this is who Howard works for, who apparently was general overseer of political security at the White House, wrote a memo to R.H. Haldeman, the White House chief of staff, describing several of the 13 sensitive ITT documents, as well as 6 even more sensitive White House documents on the case that had never surfaced. He warned that some of the documents contradicted with Mr. Mitchell's testimony and at the Mr. K's nomination hearings that held no part in the ITT case. Sheesh. So the Attorney General, Mr. Mitchell, the one that approved of the gemstone in the show, the documents contradicted what he said under oath, and that's why they say he got his perjury charges. Mr. Kleindendes, He's still trying to run for attorney general. That ain't gonna happen. Two of the memos directly involved the president. Yet on June 14th, 1973, Mr. Colson told investigation subcommittee of the House Commerce Committee that he had not seen those documents until they were shown him that very morning by the White House subcommittee. Now, we don't know anything that Mr. Colson tells us is probably not the truth. We already know that he's been held for perjury and we seen what he's doing on the show. But as for him, in 1973, later on, he says that he didn't see none of them documents until that day. So he's saying that he didn't know nothing about anything that was going on behind the scenes until it was released March 30th, 1972. Five months later, August 15th, Edward Kennedy wrote to Mr. Casey asking for all the memos and letters of ITT case. By the time Mr. Casey knew what they contained, he met with Mr. K on August 25th, 10 days later, and it was agreed that the documents should be withheld from congressional committees on the grounds that the SEC never made available an open investigation file. Harley Zero, Stagger's chairman. So Mr. K, this motherfucker, Mr. K right here, Kleindendes, whatever the fuck his name is, we can call him Mr. Klein. This motherfucker, not only did he get hit with 3 antitrust cases, lost those, he got on the phone with the president, told the president, I'm gonna step down. Then he went through with a merger, a $1.5 billion merger with Lazard Ferris, who has been under investigation for inside training. Then after all of this shit, he goes down to Congress and says, hey, can you open up my nomination to run for attorney general? They told this nigga no. He comes back 6 months later talking about, hey man, the SEC shouldn't be able to look at the rest of the ITT documents. There wasn't no open investigation file. They don't get this. Jeez Louise. So this was August 25th. Stagger's chairman of the House Commerce Committee made the same request of Mr. Casey on September 21st and got the same answer. But the Stagger's committee had legislative oversight of the SEC and could subpoena the documents. So Mr. Casey's trying to do his job and get these documents. Oh, no, not Mr. Casey, Stagger's committee, my bad. So the Stagger's committee had legislative oversight over the SEC and they could subpoena the documents. So they don't want the SEC to get them, but this committee right here, they can get a subpoena, get the ITT documents over to the SEC. But Mr. Casey and the White House counsel, John Dean, decided that the only way to keep them out of congressional hands was to send them to the Justice Department. The rationale would be that since the justice was looking into Klein hearing a record, it should also look into the ITT documents for the possible obstruction of justice, since ITT had initially failed to furnish them in the first place in response to the subpoena. Well, guess what? We got that same shit going on right now. There was somebody that had confidential documents in their house. There was somebody that was asked to turn them in. There was a subpoena for him. They never turned them in. His spot got raided. Then after the raid, there was still more documents there. Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it? Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it? They always trying to cover up the fake news. They always trying to cover up the fake news. But hey, when that subpoena drop and they go in there and get that information. But let's continue. A month later, on October 6, 1972, 34 boxes of documents were shipped by the SEC to the Justice and went to the criminal division. But the 13 political sensitive documents in separate folders went to the Deputy Attorney General, Mr. Erickson, who put them in a safe and did not send them to the criminal division until after the November elections. Now, let me see something. Well, it makes sense, y'all. It makes sense. Well, that ain't him. What is this? His son? Ralph E. Erickson, R. Erickson. Is this his son? Here we go. Here we go. The online edition. This is going to tell us. In 1972, President Nixon made 3 cabinet changes in 1972. President Nixon made 3 cabinet changes in 1972. Schultz was named Secretary of Treasury. Peterson was appointed Secretary of Commerce. And y'all remember this name, Richard G. was confirmed the Attorney General in 1972. So he did make it to Attorney General, but we're looking for who Erickson is. Here we go, Deputy Attorney General. You know why he withheld that? But the 13 political sensitive documents in a separate folder went to Erickson, who put them in the safe and did not send them to the criminal division until after the elections. Oh, well, he was appointed by Nixon. It makes sense. He was appointed by Nixon. So that's why he didn't turn it in for criminal charges, because he was looking out for the 13 political Republicans that were in the sensitive documents. Hey, man. It's a wild world out here, y'all. It is a wild world out here. And guess what? You start to see all the protection you have as a political member, those presidential protections that you get, as soon as you out, they back on your ass. You can call it fake news all you want when you got the power. But when that real news start dropping, all right, at present juncture in the ITT case, the new Watergate special prosecutor, Jarwowski, is faced with the question of possible perjury by Mr. Jeenan, Mitchell, Klein, and Colson, who also confronted with these questions, which possibly involve obstruction of justice. Why did ITT deliver sensitive documents to the White House? Was there White House collusion in effort to keep them from the SEC? Did Ackerman violate law prohibiting any interface with a federal investigation when he suggested to Mr. Casey that the SEC staff not ask for more documents? Oh, so they were asking all these questions. It sounded like they were lying about all of this. They lying about all of this. Did all of the suspected the suspected fools, why didn't they turn over the sensitive documents to the Justice Department when they first saw them after the delivery to the White House on March 6th? Why did they not immediately send the sensitive documents to the criminal division, Mr. Erickson? Why didn't you send it over there immediately, huh? He received on October 6th. Was he acting under orders? If so, who? Why did President Nixon not inform criminal division that Mr. Klein denial of any communication with him in the ITT litigation was not true? Did the president failure to the Justice Department to constitute concealment of felony? And that's the end of that. But we all know what ended up happening to Nixon. It sounded like a lot of shit was piling up. ITT was fucking up. Nixon was fucking up. All the matter of fact, This dude, look, he made it all the way to the top, man. He made it to attorney general after 3 antitrust lawsuits. After 3 of them. Shit. Back in 1972, $42,000. You already know what time it is. 42,000, man. We acting a fool. Let's see what they getting. 42 bands, 1970. Let's see what they getting. Damn. My dog was making 42 back in the day. 42 back in the day is 300. Wow. $300,000 my dog was getting paid. Well, this ain't my dog. This nigga was fucking up. He withheld those 13 political documents, sensitive documents, till after the nominations. Man, when I tell you they were living the American dream back then, they were living the American dream. Corruption. Like, what the hell were they doing back then, Nixon? I need to get one of the Nixon family members on here. I just want to ask them, what do they remember about their granddaddy? What do you remember about great granddaddy? Damn.
And there was a little pencil D next to her name it was memorandum form, so it was to, from, and then next to her name was a little D. So that's how it came to mind. It sort of fell out of, we don't, and it was a blank envelope, unmarked. We don't know who sent it to us. We never have known, at least I never have. And that was how it all started.
Oh, so they don't know who sent it. Beard wrote it, but he said they don't know who sent it. Now, that might be covering for Beard, you know what I'm saying? That's what a journalist would do. You're not going to tell who gave you that information because you're going to want them to give you more information. But they saying they don't know who sent it to them.
When you get a document like that, it looked okay, but you can't just run with it. It may be a fake. It was so astonishingly incriminating that, you had to be concerned that it might be a fake, and the only way that you could ever really establish its authenticity would be in a way that would be pretty well airtight, would be to get her to confirm it. So I called over to ITT and made an appointment to go see her, and I said I had a document that needed some explanation and context, and I didn't know what to make of it, and I've forgotten the exact details of what I said. I didn't give much away, and I went around to see her. She was just around, their office was just around the corner from ours, and I was shown into a conference room, and the ITT PR people were all in there and so forth, and she's sitting there at the table, and she's an extraordinarily colorful, crusty, sort of a curmudgeonly woman.
And he called her a crusty woman, dog. The 70s was different. You can't call a woman crusty now. It'd go be an uproar. This nigga said she was a crusty old woman.
Crusty, sort of a curmudgeonly.
Yeah, Kendall. I mean, he was making 42,000, so it's about 300,000 now, and the 400,000 was 2.9 million. It was like right up under 2.9 million when we did it. So yeah, he's probably making about 2.5 million. Let's just see if he was making what he's making. $2.6. Damn. Man, he didn't call Miss Beard a damn crusty woman.
PR people were all in there and so forth, and she's sitting there at the table, and she's an extraordinarily colorful, crusty, sort of a curmudgeonly woman, well known in Washington, generally well liked, I think. And I showed her the memo, and I've forgotten what else. I said I didn't really know what to make of it, and we hadn't decided what to do with it, which was more or less true. And she said, "That's my own little D." I mean, I've forgotten what else she said, but she said that. And once she said that, it was pretty clear. And we made copies of it, and I followed the ITT guy in the other room, and I made sure I took back the original. And
always get the original. He did the right thing. He went back there with the ITT member and said, hey, I want my original copy back. Don't be bullshitting me. I want my original copy back, man. I'm releasing this to the press. I'm releasing this to the press. So give me the original copy back.
They got to keep the copies. And I don't remember. The hardest thing about that interview was restraining my excitement when she said, "That's my own little D," because I knew then we had the story. And then, of course, there was a series of subsequent events. She called me, asked me to come out to see her at her house out in Virginia, and I came out there, and she was tearful, and she had her doctor there, and we had this long interview in her kitchen in which she told me this long story about goings on at the Kentucky Derby, and
she's drinking while she's telling you that.
As it's been a long time, and I haven't refreshed myself on that. But as I recall, she probably was, and she was no stranger to a drink, I don't think. And
she was no stranger to a drink, man. She was over there trying to throw that on our boy too. Okay. So they just going off of what they heard. This is just what she heard. But she already had her doctor over there. So he said when he went over there to talk to her, her doctor was there. Do you think that the fix was already put in? You think that the bribery had already happened? They were already doing hey, we're just going to say you got this medical. You know what I'm saying? They already paid? Because he said the doctor was at the house. So they must have already bribed her, and they said, hey, bring him over. Damn. Hey, this is cool, man. When you start lining it up with the show, now it got you wondering, how much do y'all think she got? How much do y'all, like, be realistic? How much do you think she got in this bribery? This is the 70s. So, like, $10,000 is a lot of money. $10,000 now is a lot of money. $10,000 in the 70s is about 80 bands. How much do y'all think she went for? 10, 15, 20? We know they ain't giving her no Honda. They can't be giving her no Honda. Maybe like 30. Hey, Miss Beard. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, but hey, shout out to you. You did hey. You really ain't had nothing to do with nothing. All you did was type it up. You ain't get that 400,000. So whatever money they gave you, that was your bonus. You just did what you were supposed to do.
So she told this fantastic story, which we subsequently reported in the context of attributing it to her, because it was a wild story about how all this stuff that happened at the Kentucky Derby involved the governor of Kentucky, a Republican named Louis Nunn, and
nope, we're not letting that slide. Who the hell is Louis Nunn? Governor. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, the collision of the 1969 Derby. Richard Nixon. Did Louis try to run for president? A race about race. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see what Louis Nunn was doing out here. Man, they could have made this bold, man. This thin ass font. So we got Richard Nixon and his wife to the left, several governors, Reagan, and his wife Nancy. Hey, Nancy. Derby Dick, as famed New York Daily News. All right, here we go. While attending the most exciting 2 minutes in sports as a candidate during the 68 Republican primary, Nixon told his friend and host, Governor Louis Nunn, that he'd come back the following May if he won the White House. Nixon breezed through victory in the bluegrass state in November and would probably have won even more commandingly if third-party segregationist George Wallace hadn't been on the ballot. Democrat Hubert Humphrey, who had pledged a withdrawal from Vietnam, finished in the dust. All right, what did he got to do with Louis? Nixon was also shining a little extra limelight on Nunn in the state's first Republican governor in a generation. On his side, Nunn piggybacked off the president's promise, persuading the Republican Governors Association to convene at a Lexington resort before the Derby. You know, a lot of crazy and illegal shit was going on at this little Governors Association, the Republican Governors Association. I don't even know if they have some shit like that. With the perk that they in their persuading all the governors to convene at a Lexington resort before the Derby with the perk that they and their wives could attend the big race with the president. Nah, Kendall. I mean, it'd be cool though. It'd be cool. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll do like the research over the internet. So I'm not about to get out there and go talk to people. I could do like a Zoom call with you or something, but I ain't about to go meet nobody. But it's just once I hear a name, I want to know what do they have going on. But right now, what is he doing? I want to know what his connection is with the Kentucky Derby. So, all right, you bring in the president, he win. Now you bring in all the governors. Y'all about to have a little meeting, but the promise is you can have a day with the president. It's got to be more than this. What up, Tamika? Oh, okay. Here we go. Jim Host, known today for helping create Lexington's Rupp Arena and Louisville's KFC Yum Center, was 29 at the time and Nunn's chief of public information, tourism, and commerce. And he had organized the 69 Governors Conference. Most everything went according to plan. Vanderbilt and his wife hosted a griddling black tie thoroughbred horse fan, blah, 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 blah. Okay, a group of funders presented to the governor's group a $70,000 yearly sired by 1963 Derby winner. Okay, we want to know what the hell was going on. Oh man, this is just where did they clash at though, man? What is the issue with them? Parade float, CJ. See, I need them to sum this up. We not about to read all of this. Okay, here we go. The CJ reported that Governor Nunn had called Louisville Mayor Kenneth Smead a Republican and said, "We're not going to have people taking over that university." Under pressure, Stickler had changed course. Oh, so Governor Nunn didn't want black people at the U of L. Okay, Nunn. He said under pressure, Stickler had changed course and he told the press that any future violent behavior from students who were just up there protesting would result in immediate dismissal. All the turmoil threatened delicate negotiation between U of L and Frankfurt, aimed at bringing the city-funded institution into Kentucky's higher education system. All right, where's Nunn getting mad at? Damn, Gerald Ford was a Republican in Kentucky. I'm trying to find y'all the good information, y'all. Trying to find y'all the good information. All right, here we go. May 3rd, a U.S. Army helicopter followed Nixon's motorcade from the field to the next day. CJ, blah, 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 blah. Man, this ain't telling us nothing. This is not telling us nothing. I'm trying to see where they were beefing. We got old girl just told us that there was an issue that went down at the Kentucky Derby. Wait a minute. Oh, this is 79. That's too far ahead. No, it ain't really telling us nothing. I'll figure it out. I'll probably look that up a little bit later. But let's see what else he had to say about the crunchy old woman.
Broke the story in the column. We were very careful not to give away our intentions because the column took 3 days to get published, or 2 or 3 days most places. It was sent out by mail, and it went by wire to some clients, but client newspapers all over the country, and the thing broke just at the time that Richard Kleindienst's nomination had been reported out to be Attorney General. He'd been the deputy, and had been reported favorably out of the Senate Judiciary Committee. He wasn't mentioned in the stories, but for inexplicable reasons, he decided to ask that his confirmation hearing be reopened so he could come and rebut this story, which didn't mention him, which was one of the most, I remember Jack Anderson just shaking his head and saying, I can't believe this guy did this. And the result was a very public spectacle that amplified the story like crazy. And of course, we released copies of the document to everybody. Its authenticity was not in question at that stage. So the story just exploded. And the hearings were, although there was no television coverage of them except out in the hall, the hearings were a huge story, and it went on for days and weeks. And the Democrats on the committee dug into it and asked a million questions, and they eventually.
See, we gotta find that. We gotta find that letter. Miss Dita Beard, Washington lobbyist for International Telephone and Telegraph Corp, poses for newsmen in her Denver hospital bed Sunday before questioned by Senate Judiciary Committee members. Miss Beard, under treatment for a heart condition, suffered a relapse during the hearing. They said it happened. They said it happened. I want to see the actual letter, though. Oh, man, we ain't about to open up no damn document. Not over here, we not. Damn. Nah, this is cool, man. I like shows like this where we can actually go find some real life information. So when they start saying stuff is fake on our TV shows that we watching, hey man, this shit happened in real life, man. It happened in real life. We just seen the dude get elected attorney general. You think Tariq can't pay Rashad Tate $5,000 in Bitcoin every week? You think Rashad Tate can't call in? Hey, there's a Russian shipment coming in. When we just seen people call up to the White House and tell the White House, hey, don't let the SEC see them documents. You know we under investigation, nigga. I told you I'm gonna pay you $400,000. I'm gonna pay you $400,000. Don't let them niggas see that. Oh, and tell the Attorney General, Erickson, don't, nigga. Don't turn those 13 documents in that got those political figures on there until after the election. So if Nixon wins, he can pardon them. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh yeah, man, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wanted to see a Tate spinoff. I wanted to see where they would go with it because it'll be more of an adult show. You know what I mean? It'll still be cool because we know he gonna be up to some bullshit. But that's Rashad Tate. You gotta expect that. Just like when I get on here, y'all know I'm gonna tell y'all the story. I'm gonna be on some bullshit. We all got a little bit of bullshit that doesn't just how much bullshit do you have? You know what I mean? Dita Beard. We saying Dita Beard took $30,000. $30,000 it is. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Then it says FBI traces ITT witness to Denver area. Damn. They wasn't playing around. Oh, here we go. I'm about to say, I better not be logged into eBay. Hey, I might buy this picture, y'all. What y'all think? (1972) press photo, Dita Beard with legal and medical staff at Denver Hospital. Let me see what it say on here. Denver, Colorado, March 26. Legal medical assistant for Miss Beard, lobbyist. Oh, it's the same thing that she had on the other one. Left to right. Harold E. White. I want to know. Okay, legal counselors. David Fleming is a legal counselor, and Harold E. White is a okay. They said it would take several hours to determine if Miss Beard could resume her testimony. Nah, this is the real deal right here. This is the only picture in circulation right here. This is the only one in circulation right here. Nah, I don't want to buy now. I want to bid. I want to bid on it. I want to bid on it. I don't want to pay straight out. I don't want to pay $17, $18. No. Plus $4.99 shipping. Hell no. Let me bid on it. I'm gonna put $1 on it. Yeah, you put $1 on it. Miss Beard over here, turn it up. Damn. Hey, look at this, y'all. And they got my email and everything up there. Damn. The next ITTA recalls typing a different memo. Look what TWA was offering. TWA, that's what is it? Transwide Atlantic or some shit like that? Transworld Atlantic or Transworld Airlines, something like that. That was like the first airline I knew about. It extends its 8-day European travel bargains. Now you have until April 30th to take advantage of them. $200 to London, $210 to Paris. Nigga, you can go to London or Paris. $220 round trip. Oh my God. TWA's getaway program for 1972. More vacation for your money. You can go to Rome for $258 days. Man, I tell you, life was sweet back then, bro. Oh, never mind. That's $1,500 regular price. Ain't no fucking this regular price right now. It's about $1,500 to go to the UK. Man, they didn't trick us. They talking about a sale. They talking about a sale. Well, hey, hopefully Biden does what he say he gonna do. He said, airlines, if you delay or you cancel, you gotta pay cash. You gotta pay cash. I said, man, if that ain't the best thing ever, if that goes through, that's great. Cause them airlines, they already be overtaxing us. They already got bailed out to save their old broke asses, and they still ain't even got enough workers. They just making billions of dollars and ain't paying nobody. So yeah, they should pay us. They should pay us. I had my flight delayed 4 hours one time. Oh yeah, I need $400 an hour. My time is precious. Biden said I need that money. I need it. Matter of fact, my flight was canceled, Joe. I need $2,000 for a room tonight, cash. I need $1,500 to eat tonight, cash. And I need money for when I land to pay for my travel because I booked a rental car, well, a shuttle to where I was gonna go. So I need another $500 on top of that. So just give me roughly, I'll say $3,500 for a missed flight. I mean, like a delayed flight. I do $3,500 for my flight being delayed 4 hours ain't bad. They got it. Come on now, they got it. $3,500. Come on, hear me out, y'all. $3,500. Think about it. I need somewhere to stay. I'm in a foreign city. That's gonna be at least $2,000 because you know I don't lay on nothing less than 1,000 thread count. So they can't be giving me no money for no Best Western. Now I go, I stayed there. I did my time. I ain't no Motel 6. Ain't no Sheraton because we know Sheraton was with ITT and we don't fuck with Sheraton. I need the suite if I go to a Marriott. Plus whatever I'm gonna order from like room service. So that's where that whole 2,000 is coming from. But then I need that $1,500 for when I go outside to eat. Because what if it's closed? It's late night. Hello, y'all got room service? Nah, they ain't got room service. I'm already upset because I told y'all I need nothing but the finest since y'all made my flight cancel until tomorrow. So I'm gonna need that 2,000 for the room, cash. Plus, y'all got to pay for the room. That 2,000 for me if I want to go get my own room outside, which y'all giving me. $1,500 to eat, $500 for when I land. You know what I'm saying? So I can get my shit back together. Am I asking too much? Be real. Be real. Am I asking too much? You can tell me. You know I got a heart. You know what I'm saying? I got an open ear. Am I asking too much? Just a little 3,500 piece ain't nothing. Am I asking for too much? I don't think so. I don't think so. And guess what? The reason I'm asking for all of this, I'm doing it for y'all. Y'all acting like y'all not gonna get this same treatment. I'm trying to get the prices where we need it to be. Where we need it to be. See, I'm trying to get us that 3,500, man. This is a trip. This is a trip. Facts. When I went to the UK last year, I booked my brother's ticket. He was flying out of Kansas City. We were both supposed to leave on Thursday. Thursday morning, I'm dipping. Boom. I hit him up. I'm in San Francisco. No, I landed in Seattle. I went here to Seattle and then Seattle to London. So I hit my brother up. Hey, I'm in Seattle. What's happening? He talking about, man, they didn't cancel his flight till tomorrow. We going international. I paid for another hotel room for my brother to stay in. You see what I'm saying? So I paid for the flight. I paid for the hotel room, but now my brother ain't here and I got a hotel room that I paid for because it's already prepaid. I need all my money, airlines. This is on y'all. You cancel my flight. I need whatever the flight costs. An easy 16. Give me that. Plus, I need the hotel expenses. That's why I need that 2,000 because my brother got to find somewhere to stay. He ain't going back to his mom's house. Yeah, he ain't going back to his house. They live about an hour away from the airport. My brother need money. He need that $2,000 so he can get him a hotel there. He got to cover the hotel that we paid for that he ain't there because y'all canceled the flight. I need food because he got to eat tonight. He got to eat tomorrow. Everything's delayed. Everything is off. I need that money. I'm sorry, I need that money. I'm just saying 3,500 is reason. I could have said 5,000, but I'm fucking with y'all because I know y'all got it, but I know ain't nobody trying to spend it like that. But I'm fucking with y'all. $3,500 is more than reasonable. That's it. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Then on top of that, I could be hitting y'all for another 15 for emotional stress. Oh, my flight. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Man, I had a helicopter ride planned when we got there. We were gonna do we gonna rent a yacht. Now I'm just telling them everything. Oh yeah, I had a Lamborghini rented. Yeah, we had a Lamborghini. I was gonna pick my brother up from the airport in a Lamborghini, but now the Lamborghini's paid for. My brother ain't gonna be here tomorrow. I can't get the money back for that. Yeah, I could be talking about 10,000. Yeah, Nicola, you're welcome. Yeah, it's a pretty good show. Right now we got some free time. We just BSing. We don't really get much on White House Plumbers. They don't really care about this shit. They want to hear that bang bang, shoot them up. Right now, we trying to figure out how we can, you know what I'm saying, navigate. I got my bags 2019 when I was going to, man, it's always something about going to the UK. I love it over there. 2019, I went to the UK for 3 days, and then from there I went to Croatia for a week. But my flight, I ended up getting bumped. So I flew from Phoenix. Yeah, I lived in Phoenix. I flew from Phoenix to Dallas. It was supposed to be from Dallas to the UK, but I get to Dallas, the flight is canceled or it's like delayed, and then they kept delaying, and then eventually they just said it was over with. So now I'm in fucking Dallas, but my bags were on the first plane. So when I got off, they holding on to my bags. I don't have any clothes or anything. So they're talking about, yeah, your bag's gonna be there. Next morning comes, I'm already a day behind because when you're flying overseas, you're gonna lose a day. Well, you'll get there later on. So I'm thinking if I leave on Wednesday, I get there Thursday. My dog can pick me up. I go back to his crib before we rent the hotels and shit for the weekend. So I would get there on Thursday. I end up leaving Thursday morning instead of Wednesday because I had to stay in Dallas. I get to Belgium Friday morning. When I get there, now I got to take the flight. No, did I take the flight? No, I got to Belgium and I hopped on the train. And I hopped on the train from London to the UK because my flight was already there. And since they rerouted me, it would have just been quicker instead of getting on that extra plane because I wouldn't have got there till Friday night. Mind you, I already had the hotel and everything booked. My dog was supposed to pick me up on Thursday, so he didn't already drove down there because of the time difference. He drove down there, found out I wasn't coming. He had to come back, meet me on Friday, so I had to take the train. When I get to London, I go to the airport to pick up my bag. My bag is still in fucking Belgium. They took it off the plane, and since it was a delayed flight, they took all the bags off the plane, and our shit didn't get to London till Monday. So now, here I am. I had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I didn't get my bag till Monday. I went and spent about $900. I had to buy all outfits the whole weekend. But you know what? I kept all the receipts. And Monday morning, I took every piece of clothing that I bought back to the store, except for the drawers and socks. I kept the drawers and socks. But everything else, I took it back. Facts. You can call me what you want, but $800 was not in my budget. Not for no clothes. $800, $900 in my budget for drinking, for chilling, for eating, for doing shit that I wanted to do. No, hell no. So I got, hey Eric, I popped the tags off mine. I put all the tags in the bag. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to find the video. Y'all think I'm lying? I think I got it on this phone. It might be my other phone. Shit, Kendall, you lying. Mind you, I'm in the UK. 800, it was 800 pounds that I spent. Dog, so when I always pack a extra pair of clothes in my carry-on, but in my carry-on, I got my bag, like my computer and all my speakers and stuff like that. I spent 800 pounds, like almost $1,000. Man, shit, you a lie. I couldn't even get fresh that first weekend. I was all generic. Like, what is that? I was like, oh man, I went into the store. This is top one with bottom two. You know what I'm saying? Like top one, bottom two, right off the mannequin. I need that, I need that, I need that. Had to buy a pack of drawers, had to buy some wife beaters. I had to go try to find some fucking t-shirts. I had to find some clothes to go out in. So I had to buy a whole new wardrobe for the week. You thought I was about to be in the UK and just top one, top two. It was top one, bottom two when I was out and about. But shit, at the nighttime, your boy got fresh. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Your boy was clean as a motherfucker, but your boy wasn't keeping all that shit. No. Oh no, hey Eric, I had shoes. I had I had some Air Maxes and some Yeezys. I had shoes. Don't you do that, Eric? Don't you even come on here and do that. Nah, I did not have shoes for one. I had some Air Maxes on. I had Air Maxes. I told you I kept another outfit at least to like, but it wasn't like no going out outfit or doing anything like that. It was more of I just got something to wear. You know what I'm talking about? Like if I got to change, like I spilled something, or if I get stranded. Oh yeah, Eric. Man, I'm old, man. My hip been messing up for some years now. 2009, no, it was 18 where I was, no, it's early 2019. That's when my hip really started messing up. So yeah. And you already know I got a bad back, arthritis in my hip, both my ankles. Oh yeah, I gotta be in some comfortable shoes now. I gotta have me some Air Maxes on. Just to walk around and chill in, you know what I mean? Let me see if I can find this video. Yeah, VC. I haven't watched it. I've seen people talk about it, but I usually don't watch their little podcast until maybe like a day or two later. But I only watched like 2 of them all the way through though. But man, $200, that don't sound bad, man, to be honest. Do I got it? I should have it on this one. Oh, it might not be on this one. It might be on the but good times, man. I tell you that. Good times. No, that ain't it. Yeah, it's got to be in my other phone then. Oh yeah, if I'm just walking around, yeah, I could do a t-shirt. Like, man, I'm just really how I be, man. A pack of t-shirts is all I need though. But most of the time, I might wear like a little graphic tee or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just wear like a plain tee. And plus, some places they be tripping. Talking about, oh, we can't give me no plain white tee. I'm like, man, this ain't no. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing. Oh, here we go, right here. Let me see if I can send this to myself real quick. Oh yeah, you already know it. And we got a lot of tabs open. What other shows are out right now? What other shows we got cracking? Balling like Freaky Ziggy, but got no jumper. It's Gucci. How's that email? It's a good year too, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. A very good year. That was 2019. That was the last of the Mohicans right there. I don't know which one is which, but let me see.
You can say what?
No homo shit.
Oh man.
I'm just saying, like when I get fly. But like this shit, I went in there trying to get the cheapest stuff I could find. They told me I got 28 days to take it back. I said, okay, you gonna everything. 28 days, I guarantee everything I bought today will be brought back. Why?
I can't.
Now I got into this random ass cab with them because the Uber was taking forever. So it's like it's best if you just do a shared ride. So I was like, hey man, wherever y'all trying to go, man, I'll pay for the Uber, but I just got to get back to the crib real quick. So they're like, all right, bet. So they talking to me and asking, and I was upset. They were like, damn, you good? But in the back of my mind, like, man, I just spent all this fucking money. So they started asking me what was wrong. And I'm like, man, look at this bullshit I got on, man. I said, look at all this bullshit I got on. They done lost my bag and shit. They told me I got 28 days to take it back. I said, okay. Well, yeah, man. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm being for real. That's what goes on in my mind all day, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is Friday. I got there today. Like, I had to go get a hotel room, go back to the airport. Once I landed, find out that my bags, well, I get in Belgium with the plane, but that's where so what I was doing, I was using we had got there, so we had the delay. And then when I got to Belgium, I was just like, bet. By the time I get there on the train, you know, I got enough, you know what I'm saying, to go get my shit. So I'm like, all right, I'll be able to get my shit. But the plane didn't show up. The bags didn't get there till Monday. So it was smart for me to hop on the train because I'd have just been sitting in Belgium, just booking another room. I was like, I'm not doing that. So I hopped on the train. I just came up here, barely slept. Normally I would sleep on the flight. I get here, gotta hop on the train. I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna get my bags. Call the airport. No answer. Then I checked the little thing and it's saying that my bags are still in Belgium. So I like, damn, hey Mac, take me to the come with me to the train station so I can go down to the little shopping area. So we got to go down to the mall. Mind you, this is like 2 p.m. I got to check into the hotel and everything too. We didn't check there. Man, it's a lot of shit that I had to do. I was upset that day. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was very upset. I ain't gonna lie. I kept those shorts though. I kept those shorts. I kept the shorts. I kept 2 pair of pants that I bought. I got two polos that I kept. The other shorts I took back. In the shirts, I took those back. Yeah, man. I don't know about y'all, but man, I ain't got it. I ain't trying to spend it either, man. I ain't trying to spend it at all. You know, when you go somewhere, you got that budget in your head. Like, all right, I can spend this and I'm good. I'm comfortable. Now I know if I go over, I'm straight because it's a trip. And whenever I go on a trip, I really don't care. Like, of course, I'm not gonna spend right. You're not gonna be seeing me spending like 10,000. But when I go on a trip, that's what I save all year for. I just stay in the house all year until I go somewhere. They were cool people. Thank them for sending me this. I don't remember none of their names, but shit, they sent me the video. Because as soon as I got out, that cold air hit me. Well, it wasn't cold, but it felt good. That air hit me. I said, oh shit, I gotta get ready. I need to go get in the house and say, hey, thank y'all. Hey, could you WhatsApp that to me real quick? They WhatsApp to me. I went to the room, took my shower, started drinking a little bit more, told my dog, hey, what time we make a move? He said, don't worry about it, Mo. We right on schedule. He already had the Uber call because I was rolling by myself. But that's what happens. We went to this festival, we got mixed up, but we both knew, hey, we adults. We know at 10:30 we're gonna dip out so we can try to beat the traffic. We're gonna try to hit the streets about 11:30. So that gives you an hour. Figure it out. But when we go on trips, it's everybody for themselves, basically. Like you see, I'm in a random ass car with some girls. I don't know where the hell he at, but shit, we just get back to the spot and then we make moves from there. Something happened to you, like, hey man, best of luck, brother. But we know ain't nobody about to be doing no stupid shit. And it is what it is, man. You just live life. Laura Bison, I ain't got no Watergate board. I ain't got no Watergate board because it'll be too much. We just went down a whole rabbit hole, the ITT scandal and everything that they actually had going on behind the scenes pertaining to Miss Beard. Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. Do I got anything else from this? Oh, this is the I ain't gonna do my dog like that. But yeah, on this trip, it was just me and him until later on, where the rest of the crew they met up with us. Let me see. So I got a homeboy over there, man. That little dude, I ain't gonna call him little dude, but that boy, that man, fucking. When I tell you he be working, he in like Dubai right now. Young dude, boy, they be hiring him for everything. So that's what's up, man. Do your thing, do your thing. Let me see if I can play this. That's my dog right there. That's my dog G. This is my boy DC right here. Me and him drove from Germany when we both got out the military the same week. Me and him drove from Germany up to the UK. This is my dog G. This is one of the first dudes I ever met when I was in the military when I got stationed down in Georgia. So that's my dog. You already know Moby working. Nah, she cool people. She's in Black Widow. She's one of the I don't know what you would call her, the Widow girls or whatever. She's in the she's in Black Widow in the UK. They were filming it and stuff over there, so we've known her for a while. She cool people. Mind you, this is one of the hey, I still got this t-shirt too, but this is one of the outfits I had to buy that weekend. This is one of the outfits I had to buy that weekend. Yeah, Torian, that's my homegirl. I can't play the audio because it got a song over it. But yeah, that's let me see which let me see if she got her name on here. Yeah, Simona. She be doing all kinds of martial arts and stuff. So be careful. This dude, this is one of my homeboys, boys. He cool. He live over in the UK. Let me see. That's my dog Mac, the one I always talk about right there, the tall one right there. And this is Destin. He the one that be doing all the editing. This nigga, matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all his Instagram. If you need anything done right here, this brother right here works his ass off. Yeah, man. This is like the last group adventure we ever took, man. The gang ain't together no more, man. We ain't gang no more. We all individual now. We all individuals now. We all individuals now. Then they had us doing karaoke because we were the only Americans. Let me see something. You know, I had to do my genuine solo, you know what I'm saying? Lick all over and through you, baby, until we meet the stream. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They was up there singing as a group, but y'all know damn well Mo ain't no motherfucking background singer. I'm motherfucking Eddie Kane. I don't do background singing. I do solos. Let me see. Yeah, I sing it. You know what I'm saying? They want that genuine. You gonna get that genuine. Yeah, you gonna get that genuine. Yeah. Man, I was in that motherfucker sweating. Hold on real quick. Let me show y'all something. I'll take the risk on this one. Yeah. Yeah. Don't give me no microphone. I'm gonna act a goddamn fool for you, baby. Don't give me a microphone. I'm gonna get up there. You know what I'm saying? Had everybody in the crowd. Oh my God. Hell yeah, man. Y'all already know. Hey, I was trying to help him out. I was trying to help them out. Like if I got the whole video, I would damn. Let me see if I can. I'll figure it out. I'll show y'all the whole video. But yeah, at first I'm showing them the lyrics. I'm letting them know, hey, hit this note. You need to be here. You here. You need to be here, nigga. I'm like, give me the microphone. Give me the solo, man. DJ, play my shit. Yeah, that's what I do, man. Shit. Listen, if I'm going out to have a good time, we going out to have a good time, right? If we going out to have a good time, I'm trying to have a good time. I'm not gonna be bullshitting you. Even hey, it's either we gonna have a good time or what are we even doing here? What are we doing here? That was like the second song we had to do. That I was sweaty as hell in there. That's why you seen in the other video I had to change my shirt. I had to change my shirt because I sweat too easily. And I did the whole genuine song. they ain't singing like I'm singing. Man, I did so good. We got free drinks after that. They weren't even having a competition. It was some people that went before it. I don't know what they were singing. And they were like, hey Mo, we gonna go up there. They want us to do a song because we kind of know some of the hosts. I was like, all right, bet. What song we doing? And then they played that Genuine. I was over in the corner talking to Simona. I was like, yeah. They talking about we had to do the song. She's like, yeah, you gonna do it? I said, shit, probably. But I already knew what part I wanted. I wanted that end part. Pause. Yeah, I knew what I wanted. They could have all that beginning shit. You know what I mean? Nah, not me. Not me. If we gonna do this, we need to do it right. Because if we ain't gonna do it, then we ain't gonna do it at all. We learned that in 5 Heartbeats as kids. If we ain't gonna do it, then we not gonna do it at all. We ain't gonna do it right. We ain't gonna do it at all. Man, good times, bro. Good times. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm about to go ahead and get out of here. We got a little bit of story time. Found out about Dita Beard. We know that, hey, she helped everybody out. Was she faking it? I don't know. Did she take some bribe money? Maybe. We don't know. Allegedly. Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. We might have a free live because we don't have anything. We'll figure it out. I'm Mo.J. Thank y'all for tuning in. A little story time tonight. White House Plumbers episode 2. Very good show. It's a little change of scenery, change of pace, but pretty good. And, you know, the rabbit hole is still there. That was just one episode that we did a deep dive on. Next week, we got the same thing. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Don't work too well. Yeah, tomorrow you get your work done. Remember, Thursday and Friday, we got to get prepared for the weekend. Come on now. All right, y'all. I'm out this thing. Watch Silo. So I got to watch Gaslight or Gaslit in Silo. Erica, you're not the first person to say that. I think Lord Bison was saying that yesterday too. Yep, it was Lord Bison. All right, yeah, Silo. But like I said, I don't think I got my Apple TV no more unless. Oh, Fire Stick. Oh, Fire Stick. I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure it out. Thank y'all for tuning in, though, man. This one's for my boy. Gordon Liddy.